It's Friday already, week 8 in Utah high school football season. Dusty Litster and Jeff Hansen with you on KSL Sports Rewind's Friday Night Redzone on KSLSports.com, on the KSL Plus app, and on 97.5 and 1280 DKSL Sports Zone. As always, presented by Heinemann and Associates, Igloo Outfitters, and Advanced Windows, and Odeon Menswear, the artist formerly known as Modern Missionary, now known as Odeon Menswear. Go check them out. They'll be tomorrow at BYU. They'll have a tent next to the Royal Army
there
tent.
You go.
So
Odeon, they look great. They can even make somebody like me look great, and that's not easy to do.
You know, I got a shirt from them. It's my favorite dress shirt I've ever had.
There you go.
So I don't know if they changed the names on their stuff, so I won't give you the name. I think it's the Tour. So if you go in there and ask them for the Tour dress shirt,
that's the one.
By far my favorite one.
I just go in and say, I don't want to wear just sheets that you have to like turn into clothes because that's the only cloth big enough.
Yeah.
And they go, yeah, we get it.
I want a non-linen shirt. That'd be great.
Yeah. I want to stop counting the thread count of my clothes. I'd like to just put a shirt on.
See, this is why you turn into the Red Zone. This dynamite stuff. But we got a ton of football games we're going to get to tonight. First of all, our rewind game of the week, Dane Stewart and Moose Bingham are at Brighton at Alta. Moose is going to have plenty of memories of Brighton and Alta.
Yes, that's going to be you're going to want to listen to Moose.
Moose is going to be just a little excited to be home once again. Last time he was there was the Westlake game back in week 2, but he'll be there.
We intentionally try to keep him away from home as much as we can because it just gets a little crazy. But hey, embrace the crazy today.
Well, he just gets excited, and that's just what Moose does.
It's awesome.
Moose is just a super excited guy.
It's awesome.
So we have that one. The game night live game of the week is what I've dubbed the Rewind Bowl that Rewind's not at. So Lone Peak at Skyridge. This game, Jeff, I mean, I think a couple weeks ago we'd been like, nah. Lone Peak knocks off American Fork last week. Now they go into Skyridge, the first true test of the Skyridge Falcons under Jackson Stevens.
Yeah, I think so. This is a defense like Skyridge has not seen all year long. They are aggressive. They will come after you no matter – I mean, that's what Ryan Denny does, right? No matter who he's playing against, you know there's going to be pressure. You know he's bringing 6, 7, 8 guys at times. That's just what that defense does. How does Skyridge and that really tough offensive line, how do they handle it? And how does Jackson Stevens really account for that pressure? Does he find his quick routes? Does he find the open guy, stay accurate like he has all year long?
Now, something we talk about with Lone Peak, and we've done this for a very, very long time, it is quarterback play. Can they get consistent quarterback play? But for the last few years, even from Braden Seary, because Braden Seary was a backup quarterback that won a state championship, can they stay healthy? Lone Peak is on their 3rd quarterback this season.
Yeah.
Blake got knocked out. Isaac Staley got injured at the end of that American Fork game. The new quarterback in his first start of his high school career, Luke Christensen, who is a baseball player as well. You'll love this.
I'm ready.
Guess who his personal baseball coach is, pitching coach?
I'm ready.
Former BYU quarterback and pitcher, and former Anaheim, Los Angeles, California Angel, Ryan Hancock.
Brother Hancock. Hey, that's a good personal coach right there.
Yeah, Ryan reached out to me last night. He's like, hey, are you calling the game? I said, no. He's like, I got to tell you about my kid then. I was like, hey, I'll do it on the Red Zone. We'll take care of it.
No, that's awesome. Whether he's a baseball player or a quarterback, just keep the coach. Same guy.
Well, yeah, you have the baseball coach, and now he's telling me he's been helping him some quarterback stuff. So he's really excited. He said, hey, this should be a lot of fun. He's really excited about it. Hopefully Ryan's watching. I told him I'd take care of it, but I told him to come watch the Red Zone. But that's going to be a huge, huge game tonight. We'll be spending a lot of time in that one. The other big game tonight, now we won't have the feed on this one on Red Zone. We'll keep you updated. Kenzie will keep you updated on the scoreboard updates. 7-0, Pleasant Grove at 6-1 American Fork.
Who would have seen that becoming one of the marquee games in that region this year? Maybe we should have. Maybe we saw Pleasant Grove a year ago. We thought, hey, maybe they're a year ahead of schedule. Maybe we shouldn't have been surprised that they are as good as they are. They are very, very good this year. And American Fork, how do they respond to their first little bit of adversity that they've faced so far this season? They did not look good. They didn't take care of the football at all. How do they respond? How do they bounce back?
The number 1 defense in 6A.
Crazy.
Is Pleasant Grove.
It's Pleasant Grove, and it's crazy.
And it's just been a week after week after week thing. So we'll have that one. Will be huge. Now, outside of the big numbers, 3A has a huge game tonight. Richfield at Manti. Richfield has been spectacular. Manti is back-to-back weeks, big games. They beat Canyon View last week, put up 60 points on Canyon View.
Yeah.
Canyon View scored 42 points in a loss.
Yeah.
But now Richfield, who has the number 1 defense, scoring defense in the state of Utah, they're giving up combined
less than 70 points this year.
Well, they are
in all their
facing
games.
a different test with the Fighting Frischneck. Reggie Frischneck, he is unbelievable at wide receiver, especially at that level. I mean, he's 6'4". He's a legit 6'4", a legit 200 pounds. That's just not what you typically see down there at the 3A level. He is somebody that Richfield has not accounted for yet this year. How do they handle that? Because most people haven't been able to figure that out.
And Starkweather, I would say Starkweather Industries has been on point this year. The quarterback at Manti leading the Templars, he has been just absolutely spectacular. We're excited to see. We'll be in that one. We're excited to see what he does tonight. Another big game that's off the board at the moment, Bountiful at Box Elder.
That is a big game.
Dax Sumco's been awesome. This game last year was a game of the week. Bountiful won that game. Their defense has gotten beaten a couple of times. This is a huge test both ways.
Yeah.
Can Box Elder's offense hold up? Can their defense keep off or hold that Bountiful offense?
It's the game that if Box Elder does to Bountiful what Box Elder has done all year, if Dax Sumco is able to get loose, start to score, put up big points, you start to look at that Box Elder team, and even at 7-0, I think people still just think of them as that cute little team in Brigham City. If they beat Bountiful and they beat them like they've beat everybody else this year, we're going to look at Box Elder and say, whoa, those are legitimate contenders.
A chance for Box Elder to sweep the city of Bountiful. They already beat Viewmont.
Yeah.
And now
tight
they get
game.
Yeah.
Surprisingly
shockingly tight in the Robbie Gunner Bowl. I didn't even bring that up. I'm so mad. As a Robbie Gunner Bowl, because this is his last year coaching. He made his name in the state as the head coach at Viewmont. Yeah. And now his last year at Box Elder, where he'll be retiring at the end of this from coaching, which I think is a loss to the state of Utah. Most people don't know who Robbie Gunner is. I do, and I'm just going to be absolutely sad that he's gone. Some other fun games we're going to have on the docket tonight. Hunter and Kearns will be a game that Kenzie's going to keep her eye on, but Mountain Crest and Bear River. Bear River has been one of those teams that they're back to being Bear River, which means we show them at the end of the show because it's a close game and something's happening. Provo and Spanish Fork is going to be, I believe, absolutely electric.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that game's going to be low scoring and close.
A lot of defense in that game.
Yeah. Who's going to be able to score points in that game will be really, really big. Juab and Canyon View, another one, and then Enterprise and Kanab, the 1A game we'll have our eye on. Also, we're going to have the Tage Listerless Timpanogos Timberwolves at Payson. Tage had his big knee surgery this week. Same about my little nephew. But let's get you out to our first game tonight. How about this? West is at Highland. Brian Brown is back at Highland. West is inside the red zone.
We've got everybody going to alma maters.
We did this on purpose. Let's go out there. West is inside the red zone at the 17-yard line. Let's join Matt Coma and Brian Brown.
To the near side, looking, has Penn just inside the 10 as he gets the feet down for another West. Maybe just shy of the first down, as there'll be about 1 yard to go here on third down.
Yeah, initially I thought he had the first down as well, but able to get 2 feet inbounds, secure the catch. Nice job by Penn. And really the big thing for West High is they have not seen a lot of resistance in everything they've tried to do tonight from Highland. If the Rams are going to hang into this one, they need to either put more pressure on Sui or tighten up that coverage, one or the other.
Panthers spread it out here, third and a short one inside the 10. They'll hand it off. Malapei fighting his way through the end zone. Touchdown, West.
You can see it's just a simple inside power play, but Kelvin Malapei, not afraid of contact, stands in the mirror. That Highland defense says, not today, Rams. As he scampers in the end zone for the touchdown. It is a quick 6-0 lead for West pending the PAT.
7-play drive for West is a little bit of a unique formation here on the extra point.
Seems to be the trend that's sweeping the nation in high school and college football. We used to call
Malapei with the touchdown. West is on the board. I think something else happened up in the Pacific Northwest, too. Let's go out to Lone Peak and Skyridge. Lone Peak's defense already got the ball back for their offense. First chance to see Luke Christensen. They're going to start him on the ground on 2nd down and 1. Christensen is going to be just short. But good to see Lone Peak. They're not going with the white helmets, not going with the red helmets, not going with the gold helmets. They're going with the black helmets.
They should always go with the black helmets.
I love those black helmets. So it'll be 3rd down and inches for Lone Peak. Let's take you into this one. Jeremiah Jensen and Stevenson Sylvester on the call. 3rd down and 1 for Lone Peak inside of Skyridge territory.
Receiver when he's not playing quarterback. So impressive stop there. It's 3rd and 1. Now Robinson in motion. Christensen's going to throw. The heat comes. Takes a shot deep. Almost got him, but just a little too much. Trey Robinson, the intended receiver, got one hand on it, couldn't get 2, and now it's 4th down and 1. Will Lone Peak go for it, which they look to be, or will they kick it?
I think you need to.
Christensen's still on the field.
Yeah, they did a really good job of holding that safety in the middle of the field. He had a step on him, just a little too far. But yeah, I think in this situation you have to go for it. Just with the questions at offense, you don't know how often you're going to be down in this area.
It's go territory unless you got a great field goal kicker. So Christensen in a pistol formation, not happening. That was shut down. Number 47 broke in there. That's Kopo Malufau. Tackle for loss, and Skyridge takes over on downs.
I mean, it's just what we were talking about. Super aggressive. They make plays in the backfield. I mean, they have 60 tackles for loss as a team already.
How about the big stop already for Skyridge?
Skyridge football. They are known for that defensive line, that front seven, and you saw it right there, blowing up that fourth down play.
Trey Robinson unable to pull in that ball. That's, again, the third quarterback this year. To get that timing down and get used to it is just little
different for a receiver, but encouraging for that Lone Peak offense. That ball was right where it needed to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's take you out to Payson. The Lions just got a penalty, and they are first and goal at the 5-yard line of Timpanogos. Let's join Alex Tumalip on the call.
Now lines up double H-backs here. They motion one out. It looks like it might be a direct snap. Instead, it's a handoff right side to Swayze. He gets past Tate. Actually, I thought he got past Tate, but then he gets taken down in the backfield. Boy, Brighton Tate was being held by the shirt right there, and he was able to hold on long enough for the cavalry to get over there. What a play there by Tate, holding on to the shirt of Cooper Swayze, really for dear life. Second down and goal now from the 10. Edwards scrambles, throws, back of the end zone, touchdown! Porter Beckstead!
Well, what do we have here?
What a throw by Edwards there off his back foot.
It has been a shockingly slow start to the year for Payson. Quick start here against Timpanogos.
Yeah, I mean, we've always known that Payson has talent, and it's just been like, why can't they put it together? Maybe this is the week that they put it together, because that was an impressive opening drive.
Remember last year, they blitzed Timpanogos 42-0 in the first half a year ago.
Yeah, well, here we are again.
Yeah, so they got started in the right way. Let's take you out to our game of the week. Alta's got the football early in the first quarter. It's joined Dane Stewart, Moose Bingham. Moose back at his home field at Alta.
The B gap, and it's like, I don't know if I want the B gap. These running backs are good, and Alta has a good one as well.
Yeah, I mean, you think about, we talked about Keppa, but Anthony Cottis, what a year for this young man. Great career, 500 yards rushing, 5 rushing touchdowns for him. He's averaging like 6+ yards a touch. Been a very good running back in his career here at Alta. Over the middle again, that one through the fingertips of Wyatt Johnson, the intended target. This Brighton pass defense moves, they've looked good early.
Wyatt Johnson is going to wish he had that one back. Great throw, great read. And it's interesting to see Brighton. They're intimidating in the backfield. Yeah. You can hear some steps. Casey Satera is a great defensive coach, but his little brother, another Satera, played defensive back at Utah State. And he's teaching these young Bengals what they need to do in the backfield.
I didn't realize Utah State tied there. I've now got a tie to the Sateras. That's fantastic. Watch out, Dusty. I'm coming. Trips to the top of the screen. Near side. That caught. Boy, it was good coverage there, but an even better play made by Matt McKay.
Matt McKay, he can do it all. He's only a junior.
Matt McKay completes that pass. Let's take you back over to Skyridge and Lone Peak. Skyridge is in Lone Peak territory, second down and 10 for Jackson Stevens and the Falcons at the Knight 33-yard line. Stevens on the RPO finds his man. That was McKay Wall. And Wall has a first down just outside the 20-yard line.
That's something that Stevens has added to his game this year, his ability to identify and get the ball out super quick. We didn't see that when he was at Davis last year. Different element to Jackson Stevens that's made him a very productive quarterback for Skyridge.
Let's take you in, JJ, on the call.
Tempo, Stevens hands it off. This time Sheffield past the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
The run breaks the 25-yard line.
So they'll gain about 4 yards on first down.
Yeah, very methodical drive by Skyridge on this one. They're an offense that likes to use a lot of explosive plays, but they are just taking a little time off the clock, no rush, chunk yards here and there.
They can obviously get explosive plays, but you look at a lot of their touchdowns. There's a lot of 1 yard, 2 yard touchdowns this season.
Yeah.
They'll take what the defense gives them. Stevens, screen pass. Catch is made. He'll walk into the end zone for the touchdown. Carter Sheffield, senior running back for 6.
They had the right play call on that one. And just like the song we're hearing in our headphones, yeah, you can't touch this. You can't. Caught him in the blitz with the screen pass.
Nice drive by Skyridge after getting stopped on the first drive. They carved through that Lone Peak defense, which is saying something. Extra point attempt is blocked.
And the PAT is
Matthias Nawahine, that's the third time he's blocked an extra point.
There it is. Skyridge runs down the field on their opening drive. How is Jackson Stevens going to handle this Lone Peak defense? Well, we saw it right there pretty easily.
That's a great play call by Matt Hem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, let's take you out to Harriman and Mountain Ridge. Alex Napolis and Eric Litster on the call.
Backfield drops back to pass. He's looking to throw, going deep, and it's caught all by himself. Touchdown, Harriman.
He was patient. His wide receiver just snuck outside there for the touchdown.
And so a quick response from the Harriman Mustangs will put this one at 9-7 pending the PAT. And so out again to kick is going to be Amaj Hagan. As the fans get loud in here, Eric.
This place is definitely rocking.
Hagan puts it through. And so it's 10-7 Harriman lead. Eric, what did you see from Ty in that offense on that drive?
It's what I've seen from him in every single one of his games. He is a talent. He is an absolute threat in both the pass game and the run game. You don't know what he's going to do.
Offense? I
man.
didn't expect a 10-7 game in the first 6 minutes.
You know what we didn't mention last week? Jody Morgan is the offensive coordinator now at Harriman. He brought his offense to Harriman, and kudos to Dustin Pierce, who has been I-formation, split veer kind of stuff. That he's been like, okay, Jody, if you're going to come run my offense.
Let's join 2023.
Yeah, let's finally run an offense, right?
Well, look good there.
Yeah, it looks great.
I didn't know that either one of these schools, 10 years ago, neither of these schools existed. Maybe Harriman barely existed. Mountain Ridge and Harriman. The battle of schools that nobody knew existed 10 years ago.
2013, there was their fifth season ever. We're going to take you back into Payson as Timpanogos driving as Chase Riggs goes inside the 15-yard line. And I know that Payson has a new stadium. This press box is way lower than it used to be. They're almost at field level. Let's take you into this one. They're going quick offense, so let's take you in with Alex Tumulip on the call with Ty Wilkins.
Looks, wanted to step up, now just throws it up for grabs in the direction of Graff. I think he was trying to throw that away. It's incomplete. And it'll be third down now at about the 14-yard line, and this might be a spot where maybe Joe Haymore and Austin Heaps might want to think about going for it here, but it's third down regardless.
I think you hand it off to Easton Brensing at this point, Alex. I think you need to get a run play in here.
Timpanogos was trying to defense, didn't bite there. Play clock, still plenty of time on it, 15. Riggs. And we have a timeout.
We have a timeout here, so that's not going to be a play for those of you on the stream. That play didn't count. We're going to take you back to Alta and Brighton as the Brighton Bengals got the ball on their own 38-yard line. Let's join Dane Stewart and Moose Bingham.
Defense.
On the ground, And that a gain of about 2 on the carry there from LaFleur.
What Alta's going to start doing is just manning up so they have 3 flyers going at the quarterback.
You're going to make Morozalewski beat you through the air, right?
Yep. But Brighton is taking their time on every single one of these runs. This might be the fastest first quarter I've ever been a part of.
Look, I'm trying to get you home, Moose, in time for Friday night dessert. So,
hey, nothing better than Mama's home cooking.
A little pie night, you know. Oh, and that picked off! What an interception by Alta! Brighton tried to get the screen going. How about that leap out of the air?
Garrett Jessup, my goodness. 6'3", trying to throw over that. You need to put a little oomph on that ball. But Garrett Jessup said, thank you very much. Great play.
Wow. Hey, that's a great way to start off senior night for this Hawk defense.
That is a fortuitous play for this Alta team. Brighton, they're trying to be methodical. They're trying to eat the clock up. And Alta coming in with some bad intentions.
Remember when we were here, 5 weeks ago? Alta had 3 drives starting inside the 15. This one, they'll have to settle for the 25, but Alta will take it. They'll go on the ground here. Oh, and just lost his balance on the carry there from Nolan Loans.
Turf monster gets you, no matter what level you're at. The nice thing is, we are in the house that Moose built.
Yes, we are.
And this is field goal range. I'm calling it right now.
And that's Noah Lonis. Our apologies there. I want to thank Alta. They gave us a pronunciation guide. We have to remember to use it. 2nd and 9. And Lonis again with the carry, trying left side. And once again, there's that man, Miles Morgan, with another tackle.
Miles Morgan, he's like a bad stank. You just can't get rid of him.
He's one of their top tacklers coming into the contest. He is their top interception guy. That's a great little tidbit for a linebacker, eh?
That would be insulting for the defensive backfield, but heck yeah, great job, linebackers.
3rd down here for Alta. Inside of 2 to go in our opening quarter. Kepa. Looking, eyes down the field. No, trying to tuck it. Still looking. Boy, look at the extension. Kepa looking end zone. Has a man. Caught. Touchdown, Alta. Abe Jager with the touchdown. But hold on. We got a penalty flag.
Oh, no. You love to see the play. You love to see the creativity when everything's breaking down. Yeah, I hate to see the dirty laundry on the field, though.
And the holding call. Holding will bring it back.
The offensive line is looking at each other. Was it you? Was it you? Was it me? It might have been all of them.
Boy, Kepa, how about the beautiful job of just hanging around, waiting for a guy to come open. Jager looked like he had what would have been his 3rd touchdown reception, but the holding penalty will negate it.
Oh, Jager just gets it done on both sides of the ball. I'd still put it in my huddle highlights.
Agreed. They're going to put 1:29 on the clock. Look, man, huddle's not going to show that flag, so just roll with it, right?
My goal for each kid, at least make one good play a quarter. You can make a heck of a highlight with one good play a quarter.
3rd down. Kepa again. He's got a man wide open. No one along the sideline. That's going to be close to a first down. Going to be just short.
Wow. That was an elite arm throw right there across the whole field. You've got the field and then you've got the boundary. Taking the snap from the boundary, throwing it across, past the numbers. What a great play. Now it looks like we're going into 4th down.
I was going to say, Moose, you had an indication of aggressiveness earlier. You go for it here on 4th and short?
No, I kicked the field goal here.
Of course you do. But Alta disagrees. 4th and 2, the offense on the field. And look who's in the backfield. It's Moose's guy, Lapuaho. Ooh, Brighton holding the water there. Nearly got him. And we have, a delay of game. Wow, so a delay of game here as they were trying to get the hard count. It doesn't work. Another 5-yard penalty here on the Hawks.
That's a heartbreaker unless you're the kicker.
Well, That makes the decision for you, right, Moose?
Yeah. Looks like Diego Moriera is going to come out here and happily get a 40-yard field goal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know we want to go down memory lane with Moose. We don't show field goals.
Not
We'll
even
update
one?
you.
We're not going to give him one?
You want to give him one?
No, but
Okay,
I mean, we could.
Well, Jeff, you're the one that helped make the rule. So let's take you back to Payson, as I guess we're going to show it. The field goal is no good. Well,
we got to hear him
go.
break it down.
That's a Jeff Hansen.
Well, he's going to break it down. It was an Alta missed field goal. This hits him in the heart.
Yeah, Moose wouldn't do that one. So we're going to take you back to Payson as Timpanogos came out of the timeout. They did run the football and going to have them, I believe, third down. I don't know if they got him the first down. We can't see the marker. So let's take you in. Alex Tumulip, Ty Wilkins on the call, is back to the line of scrimmage come the Timpanogos Timberwolves at the 7-yard line.
Riggs, Bretsing, got it. And more. And he's got it inside the 5. Just gets right behind that big left guard, Kevini Afu. And it is now 1st and goal, Timpanogos on the Payson 5-yard line. Livingston lines up one-on-one to the left, or to the right, rather, against Wall. They have not thrown in his direction as of yet. Graff lines up as the H-back. McCann in motion. High snap. Riggs gets it away, though, and throws, and it's out of the end zone and complete. And Ty, that's the 3rd or 4th time on this drive we've seen a high snap that's thrown off the timing of the play.
And, well, it was kind of interesting, too. It was in desperation mode. Nobody was really within the vicinity of the ball, as opposed to, well, I mean...
Maybe Graff.
Yeah, maybe Graff, but... desperation calls for desperate measures.
2nd down and 5. Throw! That's complete! And McCann is going to be knocked down short of the goal line. What a play there by Beckstead. And if that was not for Beckstead, that might have been a touchdown, and now it's 3rd down and less than a yard.
Cooper Swayze, the defensive back, also got a fingertip on it, too. That could have been easily intercepted.
Bretsing gets the handoff right side, and he gets in for the touchdown. Right off right tackle, and the Timpanogos Timberwolves answer instantly.
He brought up his average from 87 to 95 just in one game. That was against Mountain View for the amount of yards that he gets.
And how about this, Ty? Timpanogos did not score a single point in the first quarter last year against Payson.
I bring it up every week. Bretsing was a slot receiver last week. Now he's a battering ram.
Yes, he is. That was impressive.
We're going to take you out Manti as the Templars falling behind 14-0.
Yeah.
To Richfield.
How will Richfield handle Reggie Frischneck and the Manti offense? Well, they'll go score 14 points.
Right.
That's how.
And stop them. Manti's got a big play inside of the 45-yard line. So at the 44-yard line of the Richfield Wildcats. Let's join Greg Sterner on the call as Manti's getting pressure. Man, as Starkweather Industries is going down at midfield.
Looking for Frischneck.
Had to have been, right? Had to have been a shot.
Looking for Frischneck there.
So let's take you into Greg Sterner's call on TeamHiveLive.com.
Yes, it was. So excellent job by Richfield on the pass rush, as we mentioned in the keys to the game, to get in there and break up that play. So Starkweather couldn't make anything happen.
2.5 left in this first quarter. 14-0 lead for the Wildcats. 2nd and long. Starkweather's going to throw it outside. That's complete to Reggie Frischneck, back near the original line of scrimmage, maybe 1 yard in front of that, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, with that zone coverage of at least 2 guys over there to cover Reggie, he can catch it, but he wasn't able to advance it down the field as there's a rotation up front for Richfield. The pass rush, I believe they brought in number 20, Dakin Douglas.
So on 3rd and 9, Starkweather's going to roll right, going to lob it down the sideline. Bo Stevens just a little bit too high for him. Incomplete. 4th and 9 from the 43 now for the Templars.
Oh, what do the Templars do here? Do they go for it? Yeah, it looks like their offense is staying on the field. And we've seen both teams try and draw the other off with a quick count.
Well, and one thing Richfield's doing well, they're getting to Mason Starkweather with only 3 or 4, and they do try and go quick, but I think you're going to have They're going to call that against Manti. Manti fans are happy. They think Ridgefield went first, but they're calling that on the offensive line on the Templars. Going to knock them back 5 yards, and Manti's going to have to punt.
Well, Manti's going to get backed up 5 yards. Definitely going to punt now.
Yeah, and we're not going to watch refs ref and then a punt.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Never. By the way, you could have called neutral zone on that one. Just saying. We're going to take you back into our game of the week as Brighton just picked up a 15 yards. They're going to get 15 yards on a personal foul on Alta. So Brighton without
the Jack Johnson-less Brighton Bengals.
Yes, they're being led by, how about this name? Caden Morzalewski.
I love it.
From Carbon County, I got that one.
That was well done.
Yeah. I had a teacher in 4th grade, Mrs. Lewandowski.
Oh, so almost the same, but sort of not at all.
I don't know if he's a member of the tribe or not, but he's somewhere there.
Yeah.
Let's take you out to Alta. It is 1st down and 10 at the Alta 9-yard line. Or probably Alta 14-yard line.
With 3 other teams, Highland and East. And, if you get a win over Brighton, that's huge for RPI. Also, launches you back up in those region standings. That's why this game's so critical, and yet on a senior night for Alta. But they need their defense to step up here. 1st down. Morzalewski, designed run for the quarterback. Morzalewski slipping through and upended inside the 10 to the 5-yard line, a gain of 8.
Morzalewski, hard to say, harder to tackle.
We got a lineman down here behind the play. It might be Benjamin Henriquez potentially. Is Brighton going to come out and look at him? We'll step aside, go to a commercial break. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's game of the week.
Morzalewski had the big run. They'll be 2nd down and short, had an injured lineman. But, man, he's looking like Baron Gajkowski.
Oh, this is going to be a thing.
From Lone Peak days 10 years ago.
No wonder you can pronounce Morzalewski.
Now, ask Gajkowski what his name is, and he says Gajkowski. But we got him all over the place that year.
Goodness.
His dad said, Dusty, it's Gajkowski. I said, well, I talked to Baron, and Baron said Gajkowski. He's fine.
We asked ourselves before the show, how are we going to compete for airwaves with Utah playing, BYU playing? This is how.
The pronunciation guy
absolutely how this is going to happen.
Who needs big plays and touchdowns? We're talking pronunciations.
No, Dusty saying names.
Let's take you out to Harriman, where Harriman's got backed up 5 yards, or probably they got 5 yards from Mountain Ridge on an offside penalty. So it'll be 1st down and 5 for the Mustangs at the 12-yard line of the Sentinels.
Do we call this the Mountain View Corridor game? The Corridor Bowl.
The Corridor Bowl.
I don't know. We'll workshop that.
Yeah, we'll figure that one out. Well, let's take you in there. Alex Napolis and Eric Litster on the call.
Again, 1st down. We'll have one more play before we go into the end of the first as Ty drops back to pass. He's looking for the end zone and incomplete. But, Eric, what did you see on that one?
What I think the referee saw there was uncatchable. I think they may have thought, hey, this might be uncatchable there, and that's why they didn't throw the flag on that.
And so that brings us to the end of the first quarter. We're tied at 10 here between the Harriman Mustangs and the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. We're going to take a quick step away here on the Rewind Sports Network, as always, presented by Heidemann Associates. Stick with us for second quarter action when we return.
Don't forget to finish your... Don't forget to refresh yourself.
U-Conference football. Let's take you into Alta. Brian comes back after the injury timeout, and then we're going to go to a commercial break. But down at the goal line, Morzalewski gets the tush push and in. How about that? The fullback gets in there. Bo LaFleur. That LaFleur knows how to get in the end zone in the first half.
It's been a problem for LaFleur's, but well done there, Bo LaFleur.
Absolutely. So touchdown Bengals. They take the lead with 10:34 left in the half, 6-0.
I'm not usually in awe of you, but Morzalewski with the tush push, that just flew right off the tongue like you've been doing this for a decade.
You came here for this, folks. This is why you're here. So we got a touchdown there, and then we're going to show you one more touchdown. Skyridge extending their lead to 2 scores on a goal line plunge. Jeff, anything?
Nothing. I thought we were going in to show them we were going to show you the touchdown.
Well,
I
we had the
assumed
play going,
we would
so
go in and talk about the touchdown.
Sheffield in for the score.
Look at me to just talk about the play that's already happened. Is that my job here?
On 4th and goal. Well, if I call it, you got to give us a little something.
Well, yeah,
that's
you're
usually
right.
the thing.
I mean, okay.
So 4th and goal. Sheffield gets in for the touchdown. 99's wide right. So
nope.
Whoa. Well, refs know better than me.
Better to say nothing at all than get it completely wrong,
right.
Dusty.
I guess he drew that one back better than the U.S. Ryder Cup team earlier this morning. So 7:35. Well, we're going to go quickly. One more timeout, then we are going to break. Let's go back in Mountain Ridge and Harriman. As Harriman got the ball, well, actually, they switched sides, started the second quarter. Punch it in the end zone. Jeff, this is where you give us some thoughts.
Yeah, it was a really, really well-blocked run, really well-designed play. And right there, number 20 just bullies his way into the end zone. High-scoring game in Harriman. The Kennecott Bowl.
The Kennecott Bowl.
Is that the one?
Yep, that's it.
There it is.
Kennecott Bowl, Harriman up 16-0. Point after coming up. We're up against the break. We're going to take our first break of the night. When we come back, we'll have a scoreboard update with Kenzie Valentine. You are watching and listening to KSL Sports Rewind's Friday Night Red Zone on the KSLSports.com, KSL Plus app, and 97.5, 1280, the KSL Sports Zone.
This kick fielded and returnable, taking from his own 3, looking for a lane and up to the 20-yard line. It's a late flag coming in on the play. A return by Afu.
May have been a little bit of excessive blocking, but let's see what the ref saw.
Of course, we mentioned Brighton undefeated in region play, 4-0. This boy looked like helmet-to-helmet contact there. It might have been the call, and that called on Alta, so this is going to back the Hawks up, be half the distance to the goal.
I really like that call. The white hat doing the shimmy, shimmy, shake. Really good call right there.
That's Bones, right? Bones there. But we talk about Brighton 4-0 in region play, West 3-0 in region play. They still have yet to play those two, obviously, undefeated in region. So, look, we talk about how big this game is for Alta. For Brighton, this is still region title. Like, got to win this game if you still want to be in the mix. As they'll go on the ground, the Hawks will here. Nice carry up the middle there on first down from Lonis.
Got almost all the yards back in first down. That's impressive.
And you saw kind of the burst he had once he gained that football. Boy, he was through the chute. A lot of momentum there being gained by Lonis on that carry. 2nd and 1. And zone read. Kepa going to take it. And nice job picking up the first down. Moving the chains here for Alta.
Kepa got the spin in, but all he had to do was get a yard, and he got about 4 right there. Great job by Kepa Numatolo.
Boy, and I just realized Anthony Cottis is not suited up tonight. The senior running back not padded up. He's on the sidelines for Alta. That's why we're seeing Lonis get so many carries tonight. We talked about Cottis earlier. I didn't realize that he wasn't on the field tonight for the Hawks.
That's a big loss.
That's a big loss. Kepa looking deep, had a man, just overthrew him. Boy, he had Asher Merrill, and they just couldn't quite connect.
It was right there. I like the catchable ball that Kepa's throwing, though. He's getting his guys where they're the only ones that can make the catch, or if they can't, it goes to the ground, and that's what you want.
Well, how about the touch on that, right? Like, that's a tough throw. You're trying to throw over the D. To your point, that's a very catchable ball. That's a good look. 2nd down. Kepa is thrown into the flat quickly. Here's Wyatt Johnson. Made one man miss as a pack of Bengals coming up. A gain of 6 there for the Hawks.
Is that a pack or is it a pride?
I don't know. Are Bengals pride?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
We need our local zoologist to come on here once we get one.
Yeah. We'll call it.
Welcome back to KSL Sports Rewind Red Zone. I'm Kenzie Valentine with my first scoreboard update of the night, starting with a pretty huge game, Pleasant Grove at American Fork. American Fork is up 7-3. Maple Mountain at Springville. Maple Mountain is up 3-0. Provo at Spanish Fork. Provo's up 7-0. Layton Christian at Providence Hall. Layton Christian is also up 7-0. All these games are in the start of the second quarter. Let's head into West at Highland.
He's got something going.
Now officially the farthest into West Territory they have gotten so far tonight. Gain of 12 on that keeper from Pela. 1st and 10 Highland. Pela, quick pass. Over the middle, McConkey can't hold on to it, and it's intercepted. And off to the races goes Race Walker. convoy in front of him. He's brought down inside the 30, the second interception of the night for this West defense.
And 2 for 2 on the tip drill for West High, and Race Walker, no problem securing that one, taking it the other direction. And what a turn of events, as Highland was in such great position, capitalized on a couple good gains, and turnover is such a critical part of the game of football, and you see West High with an opportunity to capitalize on one there.
So after the interception, first down West at the Highland 30. 2 drives, 2 interceptions for this West defense. And Sui back to work. Has plenty of time. Still looking as he'll dump it off. And he has, I believe that is number 5, Louis Hamilton over there. Makes a nice little grab for a gain of 5.
Yeah, nice job by Sui being patient there. Is a lot of time to operate in the pocket, and finally found Louis Hamilton.
Tip drill interception there for West.
Come on. It's not a tip drill interception. What is it?
Tip drill.
There it is. Yep. Well done. And just for confirmation, that's not Brian Brown yelling for his alma mater in the background.
Yeah, very true. Coaches are on the same level. Let's take you back out to Payson. 2nd down and 5 for the Timberwolves as Chase Riggs going to fire toward the end zone. Luke Livingston with the catch and the 6. So this is not last year. Timpanogos never led in that game a year ago. They now lead 13-7.
When in doubt, throw it up to Luke Livingston and let him make a play. Good ball by Chase Riggs. Better catch by Luke Livingston for the go-ahead score.
Bears mentioning Chase Riggs, state championship pitcher. He sealed the deal last year against Lehigh.
He's got an arm, man.
Kid's got a great story. We'll share that one later. Let's take you back to Highland. 3rd down and short for West at the Highland 23-yard line.
Throw once more. Pressure this time. Steps up. Avoids the trouble. Coughed up the ball. Ball's on the ground. Who has it? And it's Highland that comes up with a turnover of their own as they recover on the fumble.
Well, it was a battering ram of a pass rush from Highland on that one as they're able to get to Sui, and he tries to escape to no avail and forgets to bring the football with him, and the Rams are able to recover and back in business now with the turnover. An opportunity to try and even up that scoreboard a little bit. Matt, here in the second quarter playing very differently than the first.
And that's Max Erickson on the fumble recovery. Gets the ball back for Highland. And the Rams will go to work from their own 27. Spread offense once again for Pela as he will throw near side. A tipped ball again. In and out of the hands of Siosefa Brown that time.
And you see that West secondary content to give up that cushion and allow Pella to really try and drill those balls in there. Again, we talk about the evolution of a quarterback.
We'll keep our eye on what's going on here. Is there had another tip drill pick, but let's go back to Lone Peak and Skyridge.
It was a tip drill, but Sefa Brown's a defensive end. He's going to play BYU. You don't expect defensive ends
Trust
to
me,
haul
Jan
that
Jorgensen couldn't catch a football either.
Yeah.
No, we didn't play him at tight end ever. He was just a quarterback.
Well,
we learned to stop trying to throw 2-point conversion plays to him. Couldn't do it. Love him to death. All right, 1st and 10. Let's send you back out. Lone Peak, 1st and 10 after a penalty on Skyridge.
Throws it right to the orange shirt. Interception. Tripped up, but not before he returns it about 10 yards. Mark Baird with the interception for the Skyridge Falcons.
And Christensen took a shot right before he let that ball fly. You always like to give credit for someone who stands in the pocket, but oof.
He may have been trying to get it short to number 12 and overthrew him. I don't think he saw anyone beyond that. He was under intense pressure, as you saw there, and just overthrew it to the short man, and right in the arms of Baird. Mark Baird, the senior. He's a cornerback, starting corner.
Another instance of Skyridge dropping 8 into coverage.
Well, 3rd-string quarterback. I mean, that was a 3rd-string quarterback throw right there. Tough first start for the kid.
Yeah, to go play against the Skyridge defense. Let's take you back out to Manti. Manti trying to make a game out of it, trailing 21-0 to Richfield.
Rolls right, throws it to the corner, has a man, but it's a little bit outside of Carter Mason, incomplete. Here's one thing I noticed on that last pass to Reggie Frischnick where the pass interference was called. Mason Starkweather, that was a one-read throw, and Richfield had that bottled up pretty well. They had him right at the line of scrimmage, and then they had a safety deep. Mason's got to recognize that and maybe pump fake that way and come to the other side.
Yeah, come to the other side. That's why it was intercepted. Lucky for the Templars that there was the penalty to give them the ball back.
2nd 10 from the 12 now. Starkweather, another pump fake, another high throw, just a little bit too high for Hunter Stevens that time. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 from the 12.
Yeah, Hunter Stevens jumped the best he could to try and catch that, but it was even above his fingertips just barely, as I believe it was Slate Wrights that was out there on the coverage, number 8.
So 3rd and 10 from the 12 now. Templars with 2 wide left, 3 wide right. Only 2, they do have 3 defenders out there for the Wildcats. Starkweather going to try and run it. Makes a guy miss, a nice little juke, gets down near the 5 before he's brought down. Big hard hit outside by number 5 for the Wildcats, Gage Yardley, the man with 2 touchdowns in this one.
Yeah, and bringing up that 4th down as you've got Starkweather calling his own number. It looked like he was going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage, but he had patience and then a little burst to get around that first attempted tackle.
Save it for one big pass to Hunter Stevens. The offense has been Mason Starkweather running. Now he's going to be pressured, going to throw it across the middle, and I think that's incomplete. Going to be a turnover on downs where Richfield will take over at the 6-yard line.
Richfield doing an excellent job of switching up how the pass rush is happening. Strong up the middle, and
Vince tried to warn me that this Richfield defense is really good, but I just have a hard time picking old region rivals.
I expected the Richfield defense to be okay, right? I mean, they're a great defense. I don't think I expected this offense to do what they've done. I mean, 21 points, and we're still early in the 2nd quarter. It's the Richfield offense that's really been eye-opening.
It really has been. It's been spectacular. All right, 3rd down and 10 for Skyridge. Remember, they got that interception. And they have not done anything with it yet. 3rd down and 10 for Jackson Stevens on his own 45-yard line.
How many will Lone Peak send here? Quite a few. Stevens, a little bit of pressures, gets it off, going deep. Catch is made. Wow, down to the 15-yard line. Guess who? What a night by Jack Burke.
Does a terrific job of high pointing this ball. It's one of the few times this entire game that Stevens has been able to go through his progressions and stand in that pocket. And he delivers a great ball for him to go in high point.
What a pass. Even better catch. And what a night for Jack Burke so far. Skyridge in the red zone again. Stevens takes a shot over the middle. The catch is made. Into the end zone. Touchdown. What an ending to that drive. He started what he finished. Jack Burke. What a night for the senior receiver.
Great work. They had a single high safety. The motion of the offense pulled him over to the near side. Left one-on-one for Burke. Led to 6 points.
And Skyridge is blowing this game open here early in the 2nd quarter. The extra point would make it 20-0.
Jack Burke.
Holy cow, the Jack Burke drive right there. Impressive catch on the deep ball to set up the touchdown, and then another impressive catch.
On 3rd and 10, no less. As we're going to get ready to take you out to the Kennecott Bowl, as Mountain Ridge just picked up a 1st down. This is an absolute dart. So it'll be 1st and 10 Sentinels at their own 39-yard line. Let's join Alex Napolis and Eric Litster.
Takes the snap. Hernandez this time brought down. He's met, and he's going to be taken down for a big loss.
You know, that's what they've shown all year. They had 52 tackles for loss so far this season. That is a monstrous statistic.
And they've had about 4 or 5 tonight,
already,
Eric. They've been getting into that backfield and bringing down those runners for those losses, and Harriman's defense tonight has been playing a very fun game.
And that puts you in a tough situation, 2nd and long, 3rd and long.
2nd and 11, ball on the 38. And a timeout taken by the Mustangs. And Eric, again, just walk us through it. What have you seen tonight so far from the Sentinels, and how do they need to march it down the field and get back into this one?
You know, I think sticking to your game plan, of course, the fundamentals. They've got to win the line.
Here, we'll come back. The game is 17-10. Let's take you back. Timpanogos driving is looking to go up 2 scores on Payson. Jeff, that's the thing with this Timpanogos team. Last year, I thought they were going to be really, really good. Thought they had a chance against Payson. Payson just got them.
Yeah.
It'd be shocking to see this Timpanogos team jump out 2 scores.
Yeah, it would be. This Timpanogos team, once Chase Riggs came back, I mean, what was that, 3-4 weeks ago, really changed the dynamics of that offense.
So on 2nd down at 7, Riggs fires up the sideline. Who else? Luke Livingston makes the catch. Was he in bounds? He's saying he was. The official is too. Wow. What a catch for Luke Livingston. They're going to go turbo here. So to the 13-yard line on Payson.
Yeah, they're going hurry up because they don't want a review on that one. Luke Livingston, we talk about the dynamics of the offense with Chase Riggs at quarterback. That's it. Luke Livingston can go play wide receiver and pull in balls like that.
1st and 10 after the big pass. Going to go on the ground off the right side. And so it'll be inside the 10-yard line. Gives us a chance to send it in. Well, let's go to Alex Tumalip and Ty Wilkins on the call.
Human highlight reel. It feels like every time.
Whenever
I watched film.
I think we're about to find out here on this 2nd down. Maybe. We'll see. Riggs, bobbled the snap, hands to Bretzing, though. Bretzing, I think, has the 1st down. We'll see where they mark him, and they are going to give him the 1st down at about the 4-yard line. Luke Livingston with 2 catches already on 2 targets, and they have been huge here in this first half for Timpanogos, as they are inside the red zone again for the 3rd time, trying to go 3 for 3 down here. High snap again. It's Robinson, and this time he gets stood up at the line of scrimmage. Bo Steinfeld, another one of those 2-way stars, swallowed up the middle.
So now it's trying to slow down the fire here a little bit. That Payson is trying to extinguish the flames of Timpanogos.
The Graff brothers go on that left side. Livingston one-on-one to the top of your screen. Watch him here. It's a keeper. Riggs. Did he slide before the goal line? No, he did not. They say he's in. Touchdown.
Baseball slide. He's safe.
Well, he does play baseball. And Chase Riggs, who was knocked out of last year's game against Payson, gets a measure of revenge. And the Timberwolves have put up 21 straight against this Lions defense. This time, cleaner snap for Parker Harvey, and the extra point is good.
So Timpanogos up 2 scores, currently avenging last year's embarrassing loss.
Yeah, 21 unanswered. That's an impressive start for that Timpanogos offense.
Chase Riggs in that offense changes everything. We're going to get ready to send you back out to Highland as Sui fire over the middle looking for Chachi Pan. Chachi couldn't get to that one. Nice break on the ball on the I always want to say Stuart Bradley. We're in one of those numbers. So many good Highland Rams over the years come through my head. Nate Fakahafua, who became Nate Orchard, now a sponsor of the show.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Cepha Brown, we haven't got a chance to see a whole lot of Highland play, but when he is in that defensive end spot, number 6, you mentioned Nate Fakahafua, that's who Cepha Brown reminds a lot of people of up there at Highland.
Well, let's send it in. It'll be 2nd or 3rd down and short. Let's jump in here with Matt Coma and Brian Brown.
From their own 43, 4 wideouts for Sui. He'll throw. Dumps it off Malapei. Wasn't ready for it. In and out of the hands. It brings up 4th down.
Yeah, one of those plays. I'm going to say it again. Wish he could have it back.
4th down here. Let's send you in to Lone Peak and Skyridge. Skyridge got the ball 1st down and 20 after a penalty. Jackson Stevens finds his man Burke across the 40-yard line to the 42. Be 2nd down and long.
Really impressed with Jackson Stevens' pocket presence in this game. I mean, that was a question mark for me, is how does he handle the pressure that Lone Peak's going to bring? He's done really well staying in the pocket, moving his feet, finding his guy.
We'll send it in. Jeremiah Jensen and Matt Glade on the broadcast.
Special night.
Well, that's a little bit about what we were talking about pre-game, is there's not one go-to guy in this offense. He's got 4 legitimate number 1 guys that he can throw the ball to. So if they're doubling one or they're paying more attention to a couple, you're going to get these one-on-ones like Burke's getting tonight.
Plenty of time. Stevens over the middle. The catch is made. Not for a first down, but it's past midfield. Guess who? Burke again.
He had that single coverage. Safety was too far up near the line.
Coming up on 9 minutes to play. 3rd down and 4. Lone Peak showing pressure. Now backing off a little bit. Stevens, a quick hitter. Call's got it. Sidestep. What an effort by Trent Call. Now he's got room to run. Down the sideline. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another tackle. Into the end zone. Touchdown Trent Call. What a play. 48 yards for the touchdown. Stevens to Trent Call.
Not much to break down on that play. That is just an absolute incredible effort. There wasn't a player on the field
throwing passes last year. How about that one?
Yeah, I mean, how do you respond to a tough low peak defense? Just break every tackle. I think he broke 11 on that play.
Man, we want to know how good Skyridge was. They're making a statement tonight.
Yes, sir.
26-0 against this terrific Lone Peak defense. They are just going right through it. All right, let's take you back out to our game of the week, Alta and Brighton. Dane Stewart, Moose Bingham on the call. As it is Brighton football leading 7-3, 40 seconds left in the half. As there was just a penalty on the Alta defense, going to set up first down for the Bengals at the Alta 24-yard line. Mazalewski and crew looking to extend this to a 2-score lead. Let's join Dana Moose.
Not 3 timeouts.
So first down for the Bengals as they're knocking on the doorstep of that red zone.
Taking their time. Maybe you get 2 play calls in there.
You get – oh, yeah, you like that?
Yeah. Maybe a long pass play and then a quick strike run right after.
First down. Matheson again singled out. They go for it. Matheson. Oh, and just lost it. Boy made an A for effort as he dove into the end zone, but the ground jarred it loose, incomplete.
This isn't horseshoes or hand grenades.
That's
it's either
right.
a catch or not. And that was a heck of an effort, but not a catch.
It was a heck of an effort. And look, Jaeger made that really difficult. I mean, they're locked up, and Matheson was able to get around, but that physicality on the outside made it a really tough grab for Matheson.
This has been such a great matchup with Jaeger and Matheson. The cool thing about 5A this year, it's wide open. I don't know who's
It's very competitive.
Everyone's about the same. You're like, I don't know. Alta could be at the turf this year, and it wouldn't surprise me.
There's a lot of teams that could put together a run in 5A. It's just, that's how it's structured. I love it. It's going to be a blast. Caden sidestepping, throws into the flat. That's Peters taken out of bounds after a gain of about 6. That'll stop the clock with 27 seconds.
Oh, there's a flag.
And I didn't see that, Moose. I mean, I saw the flag, but I didn't see the play.
Someone may have said something audible.
No, I actually gave an indication like an ineligible man downfield.
Oh. I like my explanation better. But we'll see.
They just waved it off.
Okay. Something you do in the Renaissance and on the football field at Alta tonight, apparently.
Well, and sometimes people do it for a fair catch indication. They just aren't holding a yellow hanky when they do it, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So it'll be third down here for the Bengals. The ball's to the 19. How about this drive?
Yeah, really impressive.
Had 2nd and 15. Obviously the penalty helped, but they've navigated it really well.
You want to at least get a field goal and make it a touchdown possession game here.
Right. Third down. Morzalewski has a tailback with him. They'll hand off, trying to surge ahead. They're stopped short. Going to be a yard short here, and that clock ticking away. We're inside 20. And to your point, Moose, I think you probably get a final timeout with seconds to go and bring on the field goal unit. No.
They're going
Fourth down, and the offense on the field here. The clock's it down to 7. Oh, and movement instead. It comes back to bite him with 2 seconds to go.
So a false start's going to back up Brighton. We'll come back because they also just took a timeout as well. We're up against a break. We want to show you one more play. Let's go to Mountain Ridge and Harriman, as Mountain Ridge is at the Harriman 29-yard line. Let's send it in to Alex Dapolis and Eric Litster.
So after the catch from Braden Anderson, it brings up 2nd and 4, ball on the 29. 1 minute left to go in the second quarter. And they're knocking on the end zone as Brigham will air it out, and it is caught. Touchdown, Sentinels.
Beautiful, beautiful pass by Wyatt Bingham there.
That's, again, Legend Glasker on the catch.
The Kennecott Copper Bowl is turning into the game of the night. Sentinels with a huge answer just before the half. Less than a minute to go until halftime. They're going to tie this one up.
Plays you can bank on. Legend Glasker. It's a good family.
It's a good family. That's a good first name.
Really good family. Awesome first name. We're up against a break. We're going to have to take it as our game's getting close to halftime, and Skyridge is just about ready to run out the field here. All right, we're up against the break. We'll come right back. You're listening to KSL Sports Rewind's Friday Night Red Zone on the KSLSports.com, the KSL Plus app, and on 97.5 and 1280, the KSL Sports Zone.
And pushed out of bounds by the punter, number 92, Kate Kelly.
It's just an incredible move to make the defender miss.
Skyridge doesn't need any help, but they get it here. Field position at the Lone Peak 32-yard line to start this drive. Already up 27-0. We've got 7 minutes left here in the second quarter. Stevens hands off. Sheffield. Tackled by number 13.
Hand off to Carter Sheffield.
Tegan
Tackled
Towle.
by number 13, Tegan Towle.
Most likely see a heavy dose of Sheffield to end this half. Oh, this Lone Peak defense just looks tired.
They've been out on the field too long. You saw it on that last play with Trent Call's run. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from what Trent did, but it just felt like some of those Lone Peak guys were just a little bit in mud there. And fatigue probably starting to set in a little bit. They have had a lot of time out there on the field. We don't have the stats in front of us, time of possession, but it's heavily in favor of Skyridge. That defense for Lone Peak has been out there way too long. Stevens has to take it. He's going to throw it. Takes a shot deep. Call's open. Touchdown, Skyridge. Trent Call. Back-to-back touchdowns.
Touchdown, Skyridge.
And now, our Spanish Forward cheer team will be performing right now, choreographed by seniors Tessa Barney and Taylor Worthen. Our captain this year is Edie Merrill, and our co-captain is Lauren McCann. Our other seniors are Lakin Averett, Tamina Clark, and Jackson Crockett. The team is coached by Holly Hunter, Grace Coley, Kendall Clare, and Carter Marziel. Everyone, please welcome to the field the Spanish Forward cheerleaders.
Zone on 97.5 The KSL Sports Zone. Go ahead.
Welcome back to KSL Sports Rewind Red Zone. I'm Kenzie Valentine with another scoreboard update for the night, starting with Provo at Spanish Fork. Provo is up 14-10 at the half. Maple Mountain at Springville, that's a tight game. Springville's up 14-13 with 5 minutes left in the first half. Now for PG at AF. PG is up 10-7. PG also has the ball with 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Now let's go to Timpanogos at Payson.
Food. As college kids, we do not like wasting food at all.
But in that analogy, I think that play was completely wasted, or that drive was completely wasted for Payson. You're given that good of an opportunity, down one score, and you weren't able to capitalize.
Quarterback draw. Riggs just slides forward. Where did he start the slide? They're going to say he started the slide about the 28-yard line.
And so now that gives Timpanogos the opportunity to go back to where they basically came from, and that could make it a two-score game again.
Riggs, play action, looking, throws. Graff is open behind the defense and can't come up with it. Boy, he was open behind the defense, and it looked like Riggs was trying to throw him a stop fade rather than a go route because he had his man pretty cleanly beat up that sideline.
And that ball probably should have been caught too, Alex.
It probably should have been, yeah. Third down and 7 again. Both offenses have kind of hit the mud here in this second quarter. Riggs throws, caught. Who else? Livingston in the clear. Swayze to beat. He beats him. Livingston finally shoved out of bounds at the 10. Quickly they march to the line. 62 yards. And that puts Livingston well over 100 yards here in the first half receiving. Riggs. Robinson breaks a tackle. And finally he gets brought down to the 9-yard line. Cottle and Beckstead in on the stop. So Livingston has a 7-yard catch for a touchdown. That was his first target of the night, period. He has a 31-yard catch, and now he has a 62-yard catch. What injury? Second down and goal now from the 9. Riggs, Bretzing, sweep, and he gets brought down after a pickup of about a couple. And if you're the Payson defense here, if you're defensive coordinator Isi Filimoyatu, you really want to hold him out of the end zone here at Timpanogos.
I would agree, too, because, well, once again, you waste such a good opportunity that you had during your offense that you're going to have to rely on your defense throughout the course of the night. And this was the momentum that you didn't want to give Timpanogos, and we said that from the start.
Riggs looking. Dropped! Ewell! Ewell came untouched. Lincoln Ewell off the edge, and it's fourth down. A huge play by this defense.
Isn't that what you need in these circumstances here, Alex?
And you talked about it. What a huge play to hold Timpanogos at least to a field goal attempt. Easton Bretzing to try this one now from 35 yards, 36 officially. Snap is good, the hold is good, but the kick is no good. And the Payson Lions dodge a major BB, and they're going to get the ball back with 3:10 to go here in the first half. So Timpanogos goes all the way down the field, not able to score. And Ty Wilkinson, that could be a huge turning point in this ball game.
I think that's a game.
So a big turnover there, turnover on downs. We'll have this game up for a little bit. We have a lot of games hitting halftime. Dusty Litster and Jeff Hansen with you on a big Friday night. We got high school football happening everywhere.
Yep.
The Utes are up at Corvallis playing in the Orange Bowl, because it's all orange for the Beavers.
Different kind of Orange Bowl, but yeah, they're playing.
Well, the Orange Bowl doesn't exist anymore, so they might as well just call it the Orange Bowl.
That's true. They should own it.
That's now the Marlins
the
thing
whatever
that they
bowl.
built. out there in Miami. But also BYU, first home game in the Big 12. They finally decided to make the field look good.
They did, and it does look good.
It looks awesome.
It's a football night. Football Friday. I wish it was just high school. I wish that the colleges would just let high school football have Friday nights.
I concur. I absolutely concur. But networks are networks. But let's go through some other scores. We're not going to step on any ones that Kenzie is working on. Let's talk about our game of the week. How about the Brighton Bengals? Down goes Jack Johnson, and they keep moving right along, up 10-3 on Alta at Alta.
Well, and a tough Alta defense. I mean, Alta, that's been their calling card all game long, and for them to turn to a backup quarterback without Jack Johnson, who not only is their starter, but has been their heart and soul on offense for a couple of years now, for Brighton to do what they have done so far in this first half, you have to be really impressed.
And we look at our other games. How about what you've dubbed the Kennecott Copper Bowl?
That was well done by me.
That was really well.
I tried really hard with the Mountain View corridor.
So proud of his humility when he comes up with good stuff.
Yeah, you got to pat myself on the back.
By the way, Jeff writes a newsletter. I'm not going to say where. You have to go find it. I'm pubbing it here.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I don't pay you enough to get free publicity.
Right.
Is that what it? No, you don't have to. Don't do it.
Give him hellbrigham.com. You can read great newsletters from Jeff. And you can join a group, too. Costs a little bit of money, but it's a lot of fun. But Mountain, how about this? Time was that if Herman scored 17 points, you think they were going to win, and it would have been the final score, 17-14. 17 all at the half. This is back-to-back weeks of shootouts.
Yeah.
At Herman High School.
Yeah, I mean, and in a game that is really important for that town, that city. I mean, right? Mountain Ridge, Harriman, that's going to, if it's not already a heated
4 miles
rivalry,
apart.
It will become a heated rivalry with more games like this. I was really impressed with Mountain Ridge and that final drive before the half, down a touchdown, and for them to put a really full field-length drive together, cap it off with that beautiful touchdown pass. That was a very impressive drive to go into the half.
No, certainly. Timpview up 21-14 on Payson as they're getting ready to go. Well, we have the game up right now, as you see in the boxes. And, man, Timpview, a couple weeks ago, we probably would have left him for dead. I mentioned my nephew goes down, the starting corner. They've had to figure some things out. When Payson goes right down the field and scores 7-0, thought, oh, boy, this is going to be like last year.
Yeah.
But they've responded. They now lead 21-14 late in the second quarter there.
Yeah, I mean, really important response, really important drive. Game that's not tonight that we haven't talked about yet, Syracuse last night. They go out, remember, they lost, a surprising loss against Weber last week. They responded yesterday, 42-7, I think was the final score against Fremont, setting up a huge matchup in a couple of weeks. Syracuse and Davis, speaking of region titles, important region play, that could be the game to decide Region 1.
Should we give a schedule note for that game?
Well, that's what I'm trying to set up for you, Dustin.
How about this? We'll let it known right now because we already talked to Davis, it's all locked in. We will be live at Davis High School for that last night on October 12th, so it's a Thursday night game. We'll be live. We'll do a review of the regular season, preview what we think will happen because we haven't had the brackets won't be out by then. But we're going to talk about the season. Me, you, and Dane. We might have a fourth there. We'll decide on that a little bit later. But then we'll have the broadcast with us. And I think Kenzie might even make an appearance in that broadcast.
I like it. The only thing that isn't great is I might have to tone down the hatred of Davis for a game.
That's why we did this.
While I'm there, I'm a guest in their home, or it's a Trojan horse situation, and I'm burning the place down. I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, I think we'll probably end up having to stand on top of the school, which is kind of fun about that press box.
That is cool.
Because it goes right next to it, so we can go on top of the roof and kind of go out there. But, yeah, super excited for that game. If it gets there, we were hoping to be undefeated. They'll have to even lose a little bit of luster because it'll still be for Region 1.
Yeah.
And seeding purposes will be really, really big. Let's go to some other other scores here. Well, let's go to the most surprising score of the night. Skyridge housing Lone Peak. Lone Peak gets a 17-14 win last week against American Fork, a team we were both saying maybe the second best team in the state. You were emphatic with it. I wasn't as emphatic. 27-0 Skyridge at the half against Lone Peak.
Just because you weren't quite as emphatic about it doesn't make you less wrong. I mean, if you're filling out a Scantron and you fill out Circle B a little lighter than I do, but it's Circle C.
How about Cooper Swayze? He weaves all the way through this for a 85-yard plus touchdown.
Huge.
As Payson is going to look to tie the score to go in the half.
Cooper Swayze is the heartbeat of that Payson team. That's a big play from one of their best players.
The heartbeat of Payson.
Yeah, the whole town. No question about it. What a play.
Oh, man, what a play. So 1:50 left in the half at Payson. They're going to kick the extra point to go for the tie. Well, 2 tie the game to go into the half. Well, hopefully. We'll still have some time left for Timpanogos. The way that offense runs, they got a chance.
Well, the way that game has been going, you expect another big play in the final 2 minutes.
Man, that is crazy. The other big games on the evening, I mean, how about PG? PG's for real, folks.
I mean, is that the most surprising score of the night? We just kept waiting for Pleasant Grove to fade away. They had a great start, non-region play. Once they get into region play, Pleasant Grove will fade away. They're not fading anywhere. Pleasant Grove is the real deal.
14-10 currently. 4 minutes left in the half. PG with the football. So we'll keep you updated. Kenzie's got that on her score list, so she'll make sure we have that one up. As her next update will come up in over 20 minutes. So that game hopefully will be back from halftime by then. Yeah, you never know. We'll see. But other big games we have on the evening, Springville and Maple Mountain. Kenzie's giving us updates on that as well. But how about Maple Mountain with Coach Hall? Kalen's done a great job. We've talked about this Maple Mountain team a lot. They've been in a lot of these games. They've blown a couple leads, things like that. But that game, 14-13, still a little surprising. And good on Maple Mountain going into Springville and showing some defense.
Yeah, I mean, Maple Mountain, we've come to expect it every week. With Bakes Jackson at quarterback, their offense is going to do just enough and play really, really tough defense and keep every game close.
Very, very true. How about this one? At the half, Bountiful 21, Box Elder 14.
We expected that to be a good game, right? And Bountiful jumped out early. It was 21-7. Good to see Box Elder fighting their way back. That's a big game up there in Brigham City.
Yeah, Box Elder unbeaten on the year. And they've had a couple of hiccups here and there. They've been able to kind of deal with them. We talked about that game against Viewmont earlier. We'll get that. We'll probably bring that one in here in the second half. Hunter leads Kearns 14-7. Good on Hunter. So Taylor running the football well there. Mountain Crest up 21-6 at Bear River. Surprising on that one.
Yeah, a little bit of a surprise there. It feels like we haven't seen Corner Canyon in a couple of weeks. Like maybe we've forgotten that they're the top team in the state. They're at Copper Hills. Their region isn't, what
Not
it used to
beaters,
be, right? Not world beaters. It's 28-7. Corner Canyon's leading. They're still the top team in the state, even if they're not commanding airtime right now.
At the half, Take Care with 5 receptions, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Is that good?
Decent.
I think that's okay.
As Tate committed to Utah State,
Good
which
for
means
Tate.
I got to pay attention to Utah State.
Yeah, good for Tate. That'll be fun. If he's there with McKay Hillstead, a little McKay Hillstead Take Care connection, that could be a lot of fun.
That actually is a lot of fun. And then we'll see if that means anything for Noah. Noah just got home from his mission. This is the first game that Noah's got to watch in person with Tate.
Oh, that's cool.
Since his senior year when Tate was a freshman and Noah was a senior, that was the last time they were in the same high school football field together. So,
what else is going on in the Care family, Dusty?
Well, family dinner on Sunday. Not a lot came out, but Eric's still Eric. He's still diagramming plays, doing his thing.
Very good.
Mama's still teaching dance lessons, things like that. It's still good. Provo leads Spanish Fork 14-10. This game, I think we talked about a lot. This game's going to be close, and it's bearing that way out. But Provo up 14-10 at the half.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like Maple Mountain, right? Provo just keeps playing. I mean, I've termed it gross football. They just keep playing really good defense, really tough defense, and making it a struggle to do anything against them. And then they find themselves in just about every single game in the second half, and yet here we are again.
It's called Utah football.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, and it's effective.
It's whip
it works.
Ball. Yeah, it is whip ball. And he grew up in Provo. No, he didn't. He did go to Provo. He went to Provo High School. He did because Timpview wasn't open there.
Yeah, I was
so
like
he went
negative
to Provo
15 years old at this point.
A little more than that.
Ooh.
So, because I don't know if most Ute fans who are young and under the age of 25 know that Witt is a BYU legend.
He is. I think we're telling Kenzie that.
I did that. That was an indirect.
We haven't talked about her jacket yet, but I hate it. I just need to throw that out there. Make sure everybody knows. One more score update for you. If you guys could see the look she's giving me. Holy cow.
Now she's laughing, though. That was a good one. I saw it.
Crimson Cliffs is all over Hurricane. That's Hurricane, not Hurricane, but it is a hurricane in Hurricane. I'm going nowhere with it. It's 42-0. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's 42-0.
Surprising score there in St. George. Desert Hills leading Snow Canyon 14-7. I think we're pulling that one in for the second half as well. Enterprise all over Kanab. Man, I'm going to get beat on picks this week. I'm in trouble. I was trailing by 4 games going into this week. I think I'm going to be down by at least 7 or 8. The way some of my picks are going at the moment.
That's not great.
That is not great, Bob.
Not great.
Richfield all over Manti. Still so shocked by this. Manti's offense unable to get in the end zone. 21-0. That game is now at the half. as well, as we got the close of the half here with Timpanogos, 47 seconds left.
We real quick, we got to give an update on the Juffy Bowl. It's another week. Clearfield is down 31, but we've scored. The Falcons have scored. Clearfield's down 31-3.
We're playing North St. Pete.
You're playing North St. Pete down there. Carbon is down 24-0. So we've got points. You don't, but you have a slower, a lighter on the point spread there, down only 24. So I don't know who wins. Right now I feel like we're tied.
Every week we do this, my heart gets broken just a little bit more.
It hasn't been a fun year.
I just think back to our homecoming game against North St. Pete in 2000. We beat them 55-7. God, it felt good. It felt so good. We're going to send it into this final little bit. 27 seconds left as we got, I think it's third down now. Yeah, third down. And then we'll have one little more shout out. We're up nearly close to a break. We'll send it in. Alex Tumlip, Ty Wilkins. Third down and 10 for Timpanogos. They are at the Payson 25-yard line. 27 seconds left in the half, tied at 21.
If you're Timpanogos, especially when Payson is going to get that ball back. And you don't want to play from behind, especially as good as the Timpanogos team has been.
Riggs throws. Bretzing. First down. Did he get out of bounds? Where are they going to mark him? They're actually going to mark him short by about a yard. I thought he got there, but apparently they're going to mark him short of the line to gain. And Timpanogos will call its second timeout here with 20 seconds left here in the first half to try to build the drama.
So timeout on the field. So it'll be third down and short, 20 seconds to go. Again, this is big, and it'll be interesting to see if Timpanogos tries a field goal to take a lead in the half, or if they're going to go for it.
I'd go for it. I mean, at worst, as long as you're not turning the ball over, you go in tied, and you got to feel confident with the way your offense is playing.
And I'm trying to remember who had the ball to start the game. I want to say Timpanogos started with the ball. Payson got the stop, so it'll be Payson football coming out of the break. As we do have some games coming out of timeouts, but we're going to send it back in to Timpanogos and Payson once that is done. But before that, because she's not going to be here next week, Kenzie's birthday next week.
Oh, happy birthday,
She gets
Kenzie.
the week off. She's going home for her birthday.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Dusty doesn't give me my birthday off.
That does not happen. All right, send it back in Timpanogos. Livingston in at quarterback.
He's going to run it and get it. And he dives forward on that bad ankle to about the 11-yard line, and Timpanogos will immediately call their final timeout. The scoreboard here says they have no timeouts, but I think the count of the scoreboard here is off. Timpanogos actually did have 2 timeouts left to go. Payson had 2 as well. So with 14 seconds left,
we're not going to miss the play. We got timeout there. How about this? We're going to go Spanish Fork and Provo, just right up the street from Payson. Second down and 3 for Smith and the Dons at the 39-yard line of Provo.
2 from the Provo 39. Here's Smith on the keeper, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Didn't fool right there, number 21, Mason Gregory from his linebacker spot for Provo right there. Chris, he was on McKay Smith the entire time.
Yeah, so that was a read option play for Smith, and unfortunately for him, there was no option because Provo took away both the running back and the quarterback that time.
Graff to the left. Livingston, top of the screen to the right. Bretzing in the shotgun, tailback at Riggs' left hip. Riggs to his right, throws to the corner, and it's incomplete. And it would have actually been, I think, an incomplete pass anyway. Dash McCann would not have been able to haul it in. So now there are 7 seconds left, 6 on our scorebug. Very interesting to see how aggressive offensive coordinator Devin McCann and head coach Austin Heaps wants to be here with 7 seconds, because you can't complete anything to the middle of the field here, Ty.
Well, Payson's pass coverage is also going to have to step up too, because all that Timpanogos, I believe, is going to do is try to pass, because, well, obviously running will run down clock, and timeouts are not in your favor anymore.
And so Payson going to use one of their timeouts here to try and draw up something defensively. See what defensive coordinator Isi Filimoyatu will go with, as we have 6 seconds left in the first half. Timpanogos and Payson deadlocked at 20.
Clear the mechanism. Sometimes just forget the last play, right? Move on.
That's a new one for me.
It's a good one. Check it out, for the love of the game. Kevin Costner, Kelly Preston, it's worth the time. Into the flat. That caught, taken down immediately. How about that close? This Brighton defense moves. They fly around as Luce Reese with the tackle.
Luke Reese is one kid that I would avoid in a dark alley, on the street, but especially on the football field. That kid comes with some bad intentions.
That was Jackson Tuala with the reception, the sophomore. First time we've called his name tonight.
Jackson Tuala has more offers on the field than almost anyone.
He's got a bright future. Just a sophomore, 6'3", 173. 3rd and long. Brighton dropping zone look here. Going to try deep. Has a man down the sideline. And it's caught. Oh, a 3rd and long. And Alta able to go vertical. It's Jager with the reception. And a flag here behind the play. They might get extra yardage.
That personal foul. Roughing the pass.
Riggs for Livingston, and that was just to throw it away. There are 2 seconds left. And
do you think about going for points here and try to kick a field goal, or do you want to go into the end zone and go for it all?
Well, for now, it looks like the offense is going to stay on the field here. Big risk being taken here by head coach Austin Heap. So this could be a very important moment in the game. 3rd and goal at the 11. Tied at 21. Riggs to throw. End zone. Nobody there. Incomplete. And that's how the first half comes to a close. So Payson got the opening touchdown. Timpanogos scored 21 straight.
So go to the half, tied at 21 after leading 21-7. You ready for a bad Hurt Dusty story time?
Always.
Started my junior year, best team I ever played on. We started at Payson. We were up 20-6 at the half.
Right, just real quickly.
We lost
at least 2 times in the.
It's a hard place for me to go back to. First game I ever broadcasted at Payson. Mountain View at Payson.
Did you lose the broadcast too, or were you able
No,
to?
I won that one. That was amazing.
Well done. Well done. I wouldn't count on you losing a broadcast.
I want to say Jake Hatch played in that game. It was Mountain View versus Payson. All right, let's send it back into Alta and Brighton. Alta looking to tie the game up. The first drive of the second half. 2nd down and 10. The Hawks at the Brighton 16.
Probably be watching my field goals after on the TV.
Look, I can confirm they're not watching Utah on the field. That's not happening. BYU's not down there either. They'll run it on 2nd down. Good carry here from Lonis, taking up about 6.
Lonis has been a revelation, getting down and getting those dirty yards.
He's been really strong tonight. Again, Cottis not suited up tonight for the Hawks, and so it's been Lonis that's had to carry that ground game with Kepa.
Alta finding some success on the ground.
3rd and 4 here for the Hawks. It's Tuala across the formation. Is Kepa going to come back? Check with me here. Plenty of time on the play clock. Third down. Kepa, quick read, and that ball was thrown behind Tuala, incomplete, and a decision here for Alta. You kick it, Moose?
I want to say yes, but I don't think they're going to.
It would be a 28-yarder. Offense looking like it's staying on the field here. 4th and 4 for Alta, and the offense on the field.
Clock is running down, though. 17, 16, 15.
Plenty of time here. Kepa looking on 4th down, going to take it and run it, trying to get outside. And the stretch, I don't think he got it. I think it's a yard short. The Brighton D does as well. And the indication from our officials,
there is a Bengal down.
There is a Bengal down. And it looks like, they turn it over on downs. But an injury here. We'll step aside for the injury timeout. You're watching the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low...
Casey Sotero's defense comes up with a big stop because he is short. I mean, he's a yard short on that one.
Man, the Brighton defense has been impressive. The Brighton I'm impressed with Brighton tonight. Maybe
Very.
more so than anybody else. I just didn't expect it from Brighton.
2nd down and 9. Let's send you in. Provo at Spanish Fork. Provo going to run a screen on 2nd and 9. Was read by Spanish at first. Catch made. Getting yards after the catch inside the 5 to the goal line and into the end zone. Provo extends their lead 20 to 10. Lisa get in the end zone.
You've come to expect it from Lisa every week. It feels like we see this big bowling ball of a run from him right there on the catch. Really athletic play to catch the ball and then just breaking tackles all the way into the end zone.
So Provo takes a 20 to 10 lead. They'll go for the point after to extend it 21 to 10. But Provo getting the lead on Spanish Fork. We'll have some updates on those 5A, some of those other games here in about 10 minutes from now as Kenzie Valentine will give you her scoreboard update. Let's take it out to Highland High School. West all over Highland thus far, 16 to nothing. Let's send it in as it's Highland football out of the break at their own 31-yard line.
Rams will send 3 wideouts to the far side. Now man in motion. Handoff. Raymond met at the line, finding his way for a couple of yards. Make it 3 yards on the carry. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, nice job by that West High defensive front. Saw Taimani Brown in there as well. Looked like Miller Carter around the ball. And obviously those big nose tackles. Alvin Puifua, very highly touted recruit.
Now, Alvin Puifua, he's ranked as the 15th best recruit in the state of Utah. 7 offers so far for him and where he wants to go play college ball. There's a lot of offensive and defensive linemen for this West team being recruited heavily by teams both in-state and out-of-state. Highland on 2nd down. Quick pass to the far side as Brown spins around and gets to the 39, brings up 3rd and short.
Yeah, you can see on that one, Brown just turns to the wrong side, turns into the teeth of the West Side defense, not able to get some extra yards out of that one. You see a little bit tough in those situations where you're having to come back for the ball to turn to the outside, and nevertheless, it puts Highland in a good spot here for another 3rd down conversion.
Almost 3 minutes gone here in our 3rd quarter. 3rd and 3 now for Highland. 4 wideouts as they send Starks in motion. Pella going to call his own number. Fights for the... Try to get back to the original line of scrimmage there. Only got about there. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, just a great job by that West High defensive front again to limit the Rams in the run game. Like the call to get the ball into the hands of your playmaker, Pella, right? But just not enough execution, not enough movement up front from the Rams, and they're going to have to kick the ball here. But mission 1 accomplished, right? Now you've got an opportunity to flip the field, and hopefully your defense can come up with something on the other side. Ooh.
As a
bad snap on that punt, but Highland able to get it away. So just want to give you an update on that. It'll be West football at their own 46-yard line. Let's take you back to Spanish Fork. Spanish Fork trailing 21 to 10. Let's join our friends at Spanish Fork TV as it's Don football at their own 23-yard line.
Spanish Fork seems content to huddle, use the clock, take the play clock down under 10. Doesn't seem like Dustin Smith's too worried right now in a 21 to 10 deficit. McKay Smith pulls this one, and he's going to go down. Provo able to get there right away. Number 3, Kai Jardine on the sack there, as I think it was another one of the read options, and Smith, I think, kept it instead of giving it to Vest.
Yeah, and Smith on this play has got to figure out how to manufacture a 1st down and take back some of the momentum, because it feels like Provo has all the momentum right now and is playing with a lot of confidence.
3rd down and 12. This is a tough position for any team to be in right here, as they need to get to the 30-yard line for a fresh set of downs. A big passing situation for McKay Smith and the Dons. Back to throw with some time.
That's got to be a hold.
Tries to get it out to Mansfield, but a penalty flag comes in as That's going to be
a flag there. Now remember, it will not be an automatic first down, so it's going to be 3rd down and 2 on the 10-yard penalty.
We got to change that rule. That's a dumb rule.
The reason they did it because of high school and how often you get pass interferences. They
get
were
it.
granting on 3rd and 28. They were going to give them an automatic first down. That's why they do it.
I get it, but I don't like it. I understand it, but I don't like it. Kind of like taxes. I understand that they're important, but I don't like them.
Just give me a flat tax already. Let's just do. But yeah, a difference on that one. So yeah, so it'll be 3rd down and 2. Let's take you out to Alta and Brighton. We'll let you know what happens here on the 3rd down, and we're up against a break. So let's take you out to Brighton. We'll be going to break soon.
Well, tell you what, Brighton was ready for that run as Braxton came bursting through to make the TFL.
Wow, Braxton Morozowski. Holy Hannah. That was a play. May have been a misread by the offensive line.
Yeah.
But right there, if you're running back, just hold on to the ball, Petey. Hold on.
2nd down and 13 here for the Hawks. Kepa, trying to set up the screen. Look out. Lonis down the sideline. Lonis inside the 20 to the 10. 5, strike up the band. Touchdown, Alta.
Wow. Perfect play call, perfect execution. Brighton was not ready for that man wall coming down the sideline, attacking the field side per usual. And what a great play call. What a great execution by the Alta Hawks on that one. Alta evening up changes the whole dynamic of this game if this PAT goes
Kept
through.
waiting for the big man to lay the lead block, but the ball carrier just does it all on his own. What a run.
He definitely got up to 17 miles an hour running in front of him, though.
I was impressed he kept pace. He was right there.
Yeah. Celebration was next level, too. Point after is good. We're tied at 10. We're up against a break. And you're watching and listening to KSL Sports Rewind's Friday Night Red Zone on KSLSports.com, the KSL Plus app, and on 97.5 and 1280, the KSL Sports Zone.
Chilly days and nights, worry no more about the weather and watch your favorite team in comfort with Igloo Outfitters. Go to igloooutfitters.com. Enter Rewind for $20 off. Never miss the moments. And Rewind Sports is also brought to you by Advanced Windows. That's right. Highland Zone, Nate Orchard.
The mayor of Sac Lake City, Nate Orchard.
Right. Has a fall window sale for you all. $2,000 off. 10 windows or more. For 60 months, 0 interest financing available. Limited time only. Give them a call. 801-850-9100. That's AdvancedWindowsUSA.com. And tell them that Rewind sent you.
So we get ready to go for 4th and 7 here for West. They'll keep the offense out with 4 wideouts. Taimani Brown in the backfield with Sui. Sui back to throw. Has time. Fires over the middle. He's got a man. As Camden Lopati inside the red zone. Pushed out of bounds. And that'll be a flag added onto it.
Yeah, late flag with a late push. Looked like from up here on Lopati, but a great job. Sui to find Camden. He's coming across the middle. Able to get that extra yardage. Nice call coming off a timeout there by West. Get it inside the 10-yard line.
Good pass protection as well from that West offensive line. Gave Sui all kinds of time to throw. Able to connect with Lopati for that first down. A gain of about 22 on that play. And we also get the penalty added onto it. So a personal foul for the late hit out of bounds will bring it half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, not a huge penalty in terms of yardage, but one of those situations where as a head coach, I'm sure Coach Oliveo is frustrated on that one.
So West with first down inside the 10. Sui. Quick pass over to the far side, and it's caught. Chachi Pan, another touchdown for West.
A little bit of razzle and a little bit of dazzle as Sui with the quick throw. Finds Pan in the end zone.
Oh, excuse me. I have to recorrect myself. It's Luceni Fafita that had that touchdown.
Yeah, those 2s and 3s. It'd be hard to see sometimes from up here in the booth. Nevertheless, great job by West to execute inside the 10-yard line there, get the touchdown.
Extra point is up, and it is good. So West, on their first drive of the second half, add to their lead. They now lead 23-0. We will take a timeout and be back with more action here on KSL Sports Rewind.
U Conference football.
Welcome back to KSL Sports Rewind Red Zone. I'm Kenzie Valentine with another scoreboard update for the night, starting with PG at AF. AF is up 21-10, and Dylan Story had his 21-yard touchdown to take the lead right before the half. They are currently in halftime right now. Next up, Maple Mountain at Springville. Springville is still up 14-13 at the start of the third quarter. Lastly, Bountiful at Box Elder. Box Elder is up 28-21. Let's take our first look into that game.
Sending Jack Grant out wide to the left. And Gott's taken down for a loss on that one. That'll bring in the punting unit, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Caleb Norris from Bountiful. He got a piece of his jersey, and Griffin just couldn't shake him loose.
He tried.
Yeah, Caleb's
first game on the new turf at Box Elder.
That B looks good.
It does look awesome.
That looks really good. I might be calling that the field of the year. That looks great.
It looks awesome. The only one that's close to it is maybe Roy. I love Roy's field. Actually, and Lone Peak's one of my favorites. But yeah, I love that B. Looks
good.
Let's take you our first look down to St. George. Desert Hills leading Snow Canyon 14-7. Let's take you into this one with our friends at Snow Canyon High School.
Good job getting outside Ryder Holt and company over there to make that stop. And now third down. And this is the down where you wonder, can they continue to move the sticks if they have to go to the passing game? See what they draw up here for quarterback Bo Wall.
It's still a pretty desirable distance to gain here for the Thunder. I think most of the playbook's open here. So I think that you can sprinkle a run or a pass.
You could certainly run it. No question. You got 8 in the box. They'll go fly sweep. It's bottled up, makes a man miss, and then taken down. That play did not work because they were getting the ball to number 6, William Pattison, trying a little misdirection out wide. And how about
Makayo Swenson?
Yep.
Out on the play. Number 3 in on the tackle. Number 4, I think, made the tackle. That's Ryder Holt.
I was going to point out, though, William West, 14. He set the edge. He turned that jet sweep back up inside where they could make the play. Good job not giving up that edge. There was a flag down. Are they going to wave this off? Yeah, they're waving it off.
That's going to go ahead and bring out good old Cyrus Polu for another punt.
Yeah, and not the way you wanted to start with the 7-point lead and the possession for Desert Hills here. But with Polu, maybe you can flip the field here. We saw about a 60-plus yarder already in this game that kind of helped them flip that script and win the field position battle.
Yeah, he had another 40-yard one that went about 60 yards up in the air.
This one low, going to land at the 40, going to take a Thunder bounce down to the 30. And it's going to be down at about the 27-yard line.
Hey, that kid's got something when he punts the ball. I don't know if it's how he's dropping it, but every single time.
So that game's come out of timeouts as we were into homecoming and all kinds of stuff still happening. Let's take you back to Highland High School as the Rams on second down firing deep. Then that ball's intercepted by West. Who else? Brown.
Taimani Brown.
Actually, it's 14. Taimani's 12.
Oh, Brown. I didn't even see the play.
I wanted someone else to say it.
I immediately go to Taimani Brown. That's a dagger by West right there. Highland really needed that at least a first down there, but really needed points on that drive in order to keep this one within reach. But right now, it's all West.
All West, and BYU's getting the ball back on a turnover on down. So those of you who are wanting to know about that, too. They have you in one ear in each one.
Great.
Yeah, so let's take you back to Brighton at Alta. Dane Stewart, Moose Bingham.
your possessions and let it tick away. Like sands through the hourglass. So's the third quarter of our lives.
All right.
The 2nd and 7. Morzalewski, quick throw. Peters caught, first down, out of bounds at the 45. You know what that's from?
I have no idea.
I think it's Days of Our Lives, right? The old opening, Days of Our Lives. Soap opera? No?
I watch telenovelas.
All right.
Just kidding.
My mom was a Young and the Restless fan, not a Days of Our Lives, but, it's a timeless. Like sounds through the hourglass, so are the Days of Our Lives.
Wow. Well, learn something new every day.
Yeah. First down.
That Peters connection is starting to get stronger.
Finding
on each
itself.
possession.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Lined up as a tight end here off the line. Peters blocking on this play. Morzalewski still on it. Looking down the sideline for Matheson and just try to get rid of that one. Not a bad decision.
It's interesting. You hear half the crowd saying it's an offensive hold, and then you hear the other half, that's a defensive holding. And on that one, I agree with the refs. Good job, refs. I don't say it often, but good no calls.
There's an old adage, there's holding on every play. So everyone's right.
Yeah, in this society, it seems that way. Everyone's special, everyone's right.
2nd down. Option play. Caden tried to keep it, and he's brought down. Boy, that's a great read by Tony Vainuku.
Tony, that was an
incredible. So 3rd down and long. Vainuku just gobbles that up. Got to show you some big plays. Let's get you back to West at Highland, where West had the interception. Said went into the end zone on his own. So it's from the 1 yard line.
And breaks a tackle, and he's got green grass in front of him. One man to beat. Penn to the 30. Down to the 20, and he's pushed out of bounds. A gain of 79 for Chachi Pan.
That West High offense stood in the mirror, said not today to the Highland defense. It's almost a 99-yard touchdown pass to Pan.
Looked in the mirror, said not today. That was a pretty good line. Once again, if you're a wide receiver or someone that's run down the field, block somebody.
Don't just run for fun. Run to hit somebody.
He wants to catch the catapult after. See if he got up to 20 miles an hour. Hit someone. Let's send you to St. George. So Canny got the ball back after the punt. It's 3rd down for the Warriors.
Play clock winding down. Got to go quick. He does. He lost the snap low. Picks it up. Throws a slant on the money. And there is the slant route for the house call. Are you kidding me? It is Cale Johnson.
You called that one, buddy. Cale Johnson, Paul's. That was a prime cut this morning.
Loved Cale Johnson. He makes a lot of moves, gets open on the slant here, and just gets between 2 defenders and shoots the gap and gets going. Takes off like a rocket, and as we see it here, just gets between those 2 defenders in the zone and just takes off. Easy touchdown for the Warriors.
Yeah, Cyrus
on BYU night, Tim Nowatzki dialing up a nice play.
Well, number 19. He didn't score the touchdown, but he ran in front of the defender while he was keeping pace with the guy with the ball, and look what happened.
Amazing things happen when you keep your defenders away from your teammates.
It's foreign concept for some teams, but that was well done.
It's like a new age thing. It's the defensive backs, every time there's an incomplete pass, if it's thrown over their head 15 yards or not and given the incomplete stuff, it's like, well.
Technically.
Really? Yeah. But let's send you up to Box Elder as Bountiful looking to tie things up. 9:06 left in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 10 for Bountiful.
3 wide right.
And they hand it off up the middle. Give him 3.
They're going to give him, about 3. So 3rd and 7. We're back to that number. But I think it's 4 down, Terry. That you don't.
Yeah, at this point where you're at,
you don't. We'll be back for this 3rd and 7 play. We've got to send you back to Brighton and Alta. You got to see this play.
Kepa looking near side, had a man, and that's caught and out of bounds. Boy, I thought maybe a little late leverage there, but the catch is made by Brian Weber.
Brian Weber stiff-arming before the ball is there, which, if it gets called, it gets called, but he's like, I need the ball in my hands.
I'll tell you, man, there's no tougher position than corner. You can't win as a corner.
He's like, I didn't touch him. I know the receiver touched you.
Alta in business. That snap on the turf. Keppa able to regain, trying to get the edge, and he's got it. Keppa upfield and turns what could have been disaster into a 1-yard gain.
That was the most hard.
That was maybe the most impressive 1-yard run right there after the botched snap. What a play that we had to see on the long pass by Alta.
3rd and 7 for Bountiful, and that Box Elder defense gets home.
Yeah, Box Elder, they really just have impressed me all year long. They're doing it with Dak Sumko on the offense, but you see right there, this Bees team is about more than just Dak Sumko. They are a complete team. They're kind of flexing their muscles in their front seven right now.
Goes to 4th down and 9 for Bountiful. We'll see what the coaching staff decides to do here. I want to send it in, but I also want to call timeout. All right, looks like they're going to go for it. So 4th and 9, let's send it in. 7:50 on a running clock on the 38-yard line of Box Elder.
They may have had too many people in the huddle.
I think one was coming off the sideline. He never got into the huddle.
Looking.
Need pressure.
Firing.
Oh, that's a
pass
PI.
interference.
Yep. Had a hold of the jersey.
That did not help.
Yeah, he was tugging on the jersey.
So pass interference here, going to be 1st down with the yardage. Let's take you back to West and Highland. Might be the last time we'll see this game tonight, as it is West football inside the 5 down at the Highland 3. 3rd down and goal for the Panthers. Taimani Brown in the backfield behind Sui Sui.
Coaching staff has done a lot of work with this particular group on putting those ram horns on properly. When I played here, that was part of the maturation process, learning to put your horns on, and I can tell you it's not an easy task.
So big play here, 3rd and goal now as they'll hand it off again to Brown, and he's in. And another touchdown for West, this one from 4 yards out, Taimani Brown.
Easy lane for Taimani Brown. He saunters into the end zone there, Matt, and you said it, it's another touchdown for the West High Panthers. They're now ahead 29-0 pending the PAT, and for that one, just a great.
So Taimani Brown gets in the end zone, and that was a commanding 29-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, this one's been West all night long, and I think that this is probably the last we're going to look at that game.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, let's take you back to our game of the week, Brighton and Alta. The Alta offense continues to go down the field. At the beginning of the 4th quarter, the Hawks inside the 15-yard line at the Brighton 12. Let's rejoin Dane Stewart and Moose Bingham.
Our 3rd quarter, West with a command.
It is a lot easier to see it from up here. Kept us off from down there, and when you got that kind of time, and look, Brighton dropped a lot of guys in coverage. You get it, but man, you can only cover for so long.
Yeah, for sure.
1st down, it's slowness looking up the middle inside the 10 to the 7.
That's a tough run on 1st down, getting 4 or 5 right there.
Boy, that offensive line, look at them. They're ready to go. Like, hey, come on.
Like,
we're feeling it.
Let's run.
We're feeling it. Keep it going.
They like the contact.
Yume Tolu. Hands off. Room up the middle. Lonis lowering the pads. And is he in? No, just short.
Oh.
Just short. It'll be 3rd and inches.
3rd and short.
Oh, they're bringing in the heavy
short.
package.
You better believe it.
Oh, my goodness.
I haven't seen a defense stop this look yet.
1st down and a yard.
1st and inches, and you got the heavies of the heavies in here for Alta.
I'm getting heavier just watching it.
It's McKay under center, pushing ahead. Waiting.
Let's agree.
Waiting. Strike up the band. Touchdown, Alta.
Oh, a little worrisome there for a minute. But finally got the call. So Matt McKay coming in and getting the touchdown. I like how he's listed as an athlete now in our program.
Yep, that got changed.
Brought in the tush push guy, didn't need him.
Hey, man, I mean, they scored anyway, so at the end of the day, we don't have to talk about him.
No, that's true.
But, like, push somebody.
Push him, pull him, do something. So let's send you down to Payson. 3rd down and 6 for Timpanogos. 21 all early in the third quarter.
A field goal here, which has already been missed today, or if they want to go for it because, well, obviously this is a really crucial point.
3rd down, and they find the man, Josh Graff. And a big first down, and every time they have needed it, they go to number 9, and that time he picks up 12 when they needed only 9, and a first down for the Wolves.
And like we said before, it's just that motivation and carry that can keep a team going. You go to 3rd down, and now your defense has to start over.
Riggs, pump fake, throws, wide open, touchdown! Dash McCann! Cash McCann, excuse me. And I'm sure Uncle Davis smiles.
Cash McCann, you've heard that name before. What a play, Cash McCann. Nephew of Dave McCann.
Yeah, and he was on our top 5 plays last week with some toe drag swag.
Week in and week out.
Yeah, he's a good one. But I love that play design, too. They pump it to Livingston, hit McCann up the rail, get the 6. All right, let's take you to Harriman at the Kennecott Copper Bowl, as it is Mountain Ridge football at their own 39-yard line.
Takes the snap, looking to throw in the direction of Glasgow again, caught, and Glasgow's going to take it all the way in. Touchdown Sentinels, and they take the lead for the first time tonight.
And that's a sophomore. That's a sophomore for you, taking it to the house. Absolutely beautiful. His stride didn't even break. What a beautiful, beautiful pass by Bingham. Beautiful catch and run, touchdown.
Bingham to Glasgow.
And again, for the first time tonight, the Sentinels have a lead.
Again, it comes down to protection. Bingham had protection, had the time to throw that deep pass.
And
Legend Glasgow, his sister Tori, one of the best volleyball players the state's had in a while. Obviously his brother at BYU, and now Legend. I mean, when you got the name like Legend, you got to make your own.
Yeah, 3rd touchdown catch of the night right there.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. All right, but you are going to show one last play from the Highland West game. And now we'll go into that Highland West game.
Foti Vaianuku, first one there, and he gets the sack.
Yeah, nice job by Vaianuku to wrangle down Pela. He's a very strong runner, and you can see the effect of the first half where he was able to escape so many of those tackles. He's not able to do it that time, and my view is just a little bit obstructed. Couldn't see all the way downfield to see if he had anything open, but for Pela in that situation, tough to take a loss.
Loss of 5 on the sack, as Viliami Tuaefe also credited with half a sack there. Brings up 3rd and 10. Pela back to throw. Quick pass looking for McConkey. Tipped and it's picked off. Chachi Pan inside the 10. Makes a man miss, and he's got the pick 6. Another touchdown for West.
1, 2, 3, Timpview! And Chachi Pan capitalizes on that one. Makes the defender miss. And it's nothing but darkness for the Highland Rams as Pan zips into the
Tony
end.
loves Chachi Pan, the pick 6.
We'll show pick 6s, but I feel bad going into that game still.
Yeah.
It's all West.
All West. That's definitely the last time we'll show that game. Well, let's send you back up to Box Elder. 7.5 left in this one, 28-21. Bountiful trails, but they are at the Box Elder 24-yard line.
Looking, firing, got hit, and incomplete. Overthrew is...
The Bees are getting some pressure now.
Getting pressure, and the pass coverage has been okay.
It's been getting better. They've had a couple of pass interferences, but you know what? I don't mind that. I mean, you can't get beat deep. When you got some contact in the backfield there, sometimes they're going to call it, sometimes they aren't.
But I think the important part is the pressure we've been putting on on Gilman, this possession has been great.
Bruce, the important part is the defenders are close enough to be able to have pass interference, because a lot of times they're 10 yards away. All right, we got 3rd and 6 or 7.
I vote 7.
Couple of big plays coming up. Hard to stop teams when they're going to go for it on every 4. It's hard to stop teams on 3 downs and force a punch. It's even more difficult to stop them on 4 downs.
Looking, got an out route and caught and cut back in.
Touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
All righty, so they're a PAT away. Now, I'll remind you.
We got a good one. 6:35 left in the 4th quarter. This game is going to most likely be tied at 28, but we're up against the break. Top of the hour. You are watching and listening to KSL Sports Rewind's Friday Night Red Zone on KSLSports.com, the KSL Plus app, and on 97.5, 1280, the KSL Sports Zone.
At the 35, there's also a flag down at the spot where Bretzing hurdled the man and lowered his shoulder. So there's 2 flags down, one here on this near side and then one on the far side.
He missed the track.
It'll be a double whammy here for Timpanogos. Yeah, they are called for this penalty. Again, Brandon Riley is our official. We have the ability to hear him tonight from the press box. Let's see what the judge has to say here. Because it looks like Timpanogos is already backing up. See what he says. They still haven't sorted it out yet. So they picked up the flag on the near side. Only the foul is for hurdling. Because as in high school football, you cannot hurdle a man. In college and in the NFL, you can, but in high school football in the United States, you cannot do that.
I can't lie. I had no idea that was a rule. I guess it's
it's player safety. Yeah, it makes sense with the hurdling and the leaping and the trucking rule too that they have in there as well. This pass is caught. That's Jones. Jones is going to get most of the yards back, plus a few more as Nielsen tears him out of bounds. And Jones, who has been a reliable target the last couple of weeks with the injuries in the receiving corps, comes up with about 15 on that play.
Well, now you get back to the original line of scrimmage that you were at 2nd down and 10, so it's basically almost if nothing ever happened.
Livingston lined up, man-to-man coverage. Instead, it's Robinson right side, right up the gut, right behind Philly Afu, that big right guard, and he picks up about maybe 5, and it'll be 3rd and a manageable 5 here for the Timberwolves. So after all of that, with the penalties, they have a pretty manageable 3rd down here. A late snap, and it's a completion to Livingston. He gets a block. He's going to be short of the 1st down. We'll see what head coach Brian Wall decides to do with the block in the back on Jaden Robinson. And I think if you're Brian Wall here, Tyler, I called you Ty. Sorry, Tyler. Sorry, Ty. I think, Ty, you take this penalty and back it up 10 yards because you don't want to give Timpanogos a short 4th down.
I wouldn't think so either because you get them so close to that point that they're on the brink of not knowing what they wanted to do. So if you will take those yards that they're going to basically give you, I mean, I don't know.
So it's a blindside block, actually, not a block in the back against Jaden Robinson. So that'll make it 3rd and really long here. 8:48 to go here, 3rd quarter. If you're just joining us, Alexander Timolip, Ty Wilkinson from Payson High.
Welcome back to KSL Sports Rewind Red Zone. I'm Kenzie Valentine with another scoreboard update for the night. PG at AF. It is the start of the third quarter, and they have the same score, 21-10. Provo at Spanish Fork. Provo's up 21-16 mid-fourth quarter. Richfield at Manti. Richfield is up 28-0 at the start of the fourth. Maple Mountain at Springville. Springville is up 21-13 with 4 minutes left in the third. Now let's go to Snow Canyon at Desert Hills.
The punter, but he's going to start at least apparently right now in the gun. He'll move Barnes to the right side. They're going to go for it. Big fourth down and long. Kelly into the end zone. Westbrook there, batted around, and it is incomplete.
Wow, Westbrook almost had a chance to make one of the plays of the year right there, going up over multiple defenders, trying to good old-fashioned Randy Moss there, fellas, but just not able to bring it all the way through the completion to the ground.
Yeah, you're right. That would have been a Randy Moss-esque play, but you got Polu, you got a double team going. I mean, but fourth and long, St. Kelly's saying, I'm going to take my shot and trust my guy to go make a play. But Desert Hills' defense comes up big. So Snow Canyon holds to a field goal, and Desert Hills leads by.
So Desert Hills takes over on downs. Let's get ready to send you out to the Kennecott Copper Bowl. But, Mountain Ridge just got the ball back. No, they didn't. So it is fourth down, Harriman football on the Mountain Ridge side of the field at around the 44-yard line. Oh, no, look at this. Desert Hills scores. I'm sitting here trying to get this game set up, and Desert Hills is going to extend their lead.
I was going to interrupt you, but I've been told not to interrupt you during your call.
Me and
and you're there setting up the call while there's a 80-yard touchdown run happening right next door.
So Desert Hills.
Big-time run.
Yeah. Middle zone. By the way, if you want to know what middle zone is, just watch the Philadelphia Eagles play. That's all they call is middle zone. And but takes it all the way to the house. 80 yards. It's now 23-14. Point after, you can make it 24-14. Let's send you fourth down and 6. Harriman going for it at the Mountain Ridge 41.
35 for the first. Fifita and Tai in this offense stay out there. Tai, the pressure's coming, and he's going to be sacked. It's going to be turnover on downs and a huge play from that Sentinels defense.
Absolutely. That is what Mountain Ridge needed.
Cole Brannon, who left the drive a little bit
We've seen this Mountain Ridge defense, Jeff. They can show up in a big way.
Yeah, and they did right there at a time where they really needed to. Now the Mountain Ridge offense takes over with a chance to finally create some separation in this game that's been tight all night long.
Absolutely. Let's send you out back to Alta. Folks, we're not showing you the same play. They're back in the bush push or the tush push formation.
Does it for the Sentinels. Turnover on downs.
Okay,
so now
lunging. Strike up the band, touchdown Alta.
The Lapa home runs before my McKay. But that's a big touchdown. Brighton's controlled the clock. They've done what they needed to. They could not give up the ball, and that's what happened on that last drive from Brighton. They're going to have to go for quick strikes.
It's a 20-0 second half run here from the Alta Hawks and a chance to make it 21.
And that was some elite play, like not getting the touchdown, bleeding the clock out. It's like they almost planned that out.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we were talking about, is this going to be the last drive of the game for Brighton? Alta just took 4.5 minutes off that clock as it's 24-10. And Alta positioned to pick up a big region win here at home.
Oh, be careful on those side bumps. Don't do that.
You know, that's where, for me, I love the celebration.
All right, we'll take you back to Harriman as Mountain Ridge got the ball back on downs. But we're not picking on kids, but we're just saying that's two tush pushes without a tush push from the big guy.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to hit somebody at some point. This is football, after all.
I've heard it's a collision sport, not a contact sport. But second down and 14 for the Sentinels. Actually, we're going to be sending up to Box Elder. We're sending up to Box Elder. 1:08 on a running clock. Bountiful, fourth down and 1. Going to go for it. Off the left side, they have the first down. Inside the Box Elder 45-yard line to the 44. So got 2 and they needed 1. Or probably got 3 when they needed 1. And it's now 1st and 10. Bountiful will send you into this one. 55 seconds on the rolling clock.
Bountiful still has 2 timeouts, so the clock's still not a huge issue for Bountiful.
Gilman looking.
That was a hold
firing
over there.
Deep. Nobody even in the area.
They missed a hold on the left tackle over there. That would have been helpful to make it 1st and 20. Instead, it's 2nd and 10. 40 seconds.
I'm smelling overtime, Johnny.
I hope you're right. Quite honestly, we have a pretty good – our offense is well suited for the type of overtime high school does.
And it's caught, and he gets out of bounds about the 25-yard line.
And they are in field goal range now for their field goal kicker. 33 seconds to go. It'll be about a 42-yard field goal from right here, 43. And I believe he's kicked a 47-yarder this year. I don't know if he's missed any from that distance. You know, if he'd tried 10 and only made one, I'd feel pretty good. If he's taken one and made it, then they're feeling pretty good.
Yep.
Got to get a sack if he's going to be back there.
Sumco's feeling it, I can tell. Got him!
Fumble! Oh, and it goes out. So they'll have the ball about the 33. 32, 33, somewhere in there.
That was a good hit they put on him, and too bad that ball went out of bounds. There was the closest 4 people had purple jerseys on them.
And they're marking it.
We'll be right back for this one. I'm going to send you to Payson. Payson at the Timpanogos 43-yard line. Wall rolls to his left, still looking downfield, now gets rid of it. And that ball out of bounds, incomplete. Let's go back to Box Elder. Jeff and I will call it from here. Well, they're still conversating over this. Refs reffing on that ball that went backwards.
And they're reffing big time. Oh, yeah, we got some hand signals. They all agree. There we go, reffed. This game has been sufficiently reffed at this point. Well done, refs.
2nd down, 28 seconds left as it is Gallman in the shotgun. Looking right, throws right. Got a man. Oh, he couldn't pull it in. He was trying to stay in bounds. Gets to the ground, couldn't pull it in. Britton Tidwell, the intended target. It'll now be 3rd down and 16 with 22 seconds left. Right now it'll be a 49-yard field goal.
Really well covered by Box Elder on that play. The quarterback put it right where he needed to give his guy a chance, but there were 3 Bs right there in the area.
So 2 shots left here for Bountiful.
They've got to get 5 or 6. I mean, this is a long field goal. They've got to give their kicker a chance.
No timeouts on either. Well, actually, do have a full complement of timeouts. Oh, and Box Elder just jumped. So moving from 3rd and 16 to 3rd and 11. As Box Elder jumps offside, going to give him 5 free yards. And now changes things a little bit here for Coach Freck. Put him at the 27-yard line. Makes it a 44-yard field goal. So now you're looking for about 5 yards.
Yeah, I'm looking. It's 3rd and 11. I'm looking for number 11 if I'm Bountiful right now. Find a way to get Faletau Satuala the ball and just let him do the rest. I mean, he's the most prolific athlete on the field. He can get that 5 yards that really the kicker would need to make this feel more comfortable.
So 3rd down 11, 22 seconds left at the 27-yard line of Box Elder. Geilman looking to the sideline for some final play. They're going to change the play. So check with me. He lined up over the guard. Did you see that?
Yeah. This is something else.
That was interesting. So now back into the shotgun and now going to take time. They must have been trying to get him to jump or something, but why would you line up on the guard?
I don't know, but I feel like I'm watching Brighton basketball play the Lone Peak 3 back in the day.
Let's send it to Brighton. Brighton at Alta.
And that one intercepted. Another interception for Alta. And that is a heck of a grab and a concession. Taking the knee there quickly is guess who? Liava'a with the pick.
Getting a flag, but might be worth it, honestly.
Multiple flags. There's one in the backfield, and there's one where the interception occurred.
Getting the dance in. but took a bout. Might be worth it.
How about the night for Leah Va'a?
That's his second.
So Va'a with the interception. We got a flag on the play. So how about this Alta defense, Jeff?
Yeah, the clincher right there. I mean, right when we were talking about Brighton, they played well. Alta just too much in the second half, and they get the dagger right there.
So let's go to Timview at Payson. Timview still leading 28-21. About 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. It's 4th down and 3 for the Timberwolves.
We'll see.
2 for 3, actually, if you count the other one. There's 3 for 4 now. That's Bretzing. Bretzing breaking tackles and guided out of bounds to the sideline at the 30. There's also a flag down, and I believe we're going to have an extra 15 tacked on for a face mask against the Lions. Brandon Riley still standing over there on that far sideline. Remember, we want to bring you up to date on that Cincinnati-BYU game. Cincinnati just tied the game.
All right, so let's go now back up to Brigham City. As there's 22 seconds left, 3rd down and 11 out of the timeout for Bountiful. Geilman, they're going to run it, try to set up the field goal, get stoned at about the 26-yard line. And if I remember right, Bountiful does have, if the scoreboard's correct, has 1 timeout remaining. Bountiful going to run this clock down and take their final timeout to try to set up a 43-yard game-winning field goal.
What a play by number 31 to come up with that tackle and make this field goal difficult for Bountiful. If he doesn't make that play.
Dak Sumko.
Is that 31 is Sumko. There's a lot of green if Sumko doesn't make that play. It would have set up a very short field goal.
And he laid the hammer of Thor on that play, too.
Yes, he
did. Because it looked like it opened up, and he popped him. So
I never remember if Sumko's 31 or 32. We have this conversation every week.
So I asked him that when we had him on a couple weeks ago. Say, could you please update your jersey number for us? And he said, he didn't get the joke either because we got the highlights. There was 3 different jerseys that scored, and only one of them was on 31. And he said that he had 3 touchdowns.
I don't know why he wouldn't get the joke. Why is he not listening to us during the game? Doesn't make sense.
Boggles my mind, these kids these days. They say that they can be attentive. So let's send it back to Payson as is that a penalty on Payson. Going to set up Timview inside the 20-yard line. Is joined Alex Tumulip.
High snap, looked like a broken play, and he gets smothered to the turf. Better protect that football. And now some extracurricular activity after the play, but we've had that all night. I don't think the officials are going to be too keen on throwing flags like that at this point in the ball game, unless it got really out of hand. No gain on that one for Riggs. In fact, they're going to say he gained 1. Livingston already has a touchdown tonight, plus over 100 yards receiving. 5 go into the pattern here on 2nd and goal. They throw. Graff puts his shoulder down inside the 10. He is in for the touchdown. There is a flag down, and there's going to be an extra one for celebration on Graff. It'll be interesting to see here, Ty, what they call. Are they going to say that Graff initiated contact with the crown of the helmet? Because if it is, there is no score on the play. So we're going to have to see here. It looked like from up here that Graff led with the crown of his helmet, though.
So I don't think you're going to have that on Graff. I think you're going to have targeting or a helmet-to-helmet hit on the safety, and then you have the celebration penalty after. So we'll get that sorted out. But let's go. 3 seconds left. Bountiful coming out of the timeout, lining up for the game-winning field goal. It will be 43 yards, looking for the win for Bountiful.
This is no gimme.
It is Landon Zayas. Well, I was going to say there's a full complement of timeouts for the Bees. They're going to take their first with Coach Robbie Gunner.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. High school does not have the new college rule of you can't back-to-back-to-back timeouts.
Correct.
I mean, we could see 3 timeouts.
They can do the Whittingham versus Pittsburgh in 2010 and take all 3 timeouts.
Well, I mean, let's get comfortable talking with each other because I think they're going to. Why wouldn't they?
Well, I remember watching that game and everyone say, remember when Joe Gibbs did this on the Sean Taylor game?
Yeah.
And he got the penalty for calling back-to-back timeouts.
Yeah,
I remember that 2010 game. Everyone went, wait, can you call all 3? And they certainly could. Not anymore.
But we can hear, and it just gives us an opportunity to really admire this Box Elder field. because it does look great.
Well, I'll tell you, you can tell what field's got field turf at what point, because you have the wet-looking field turf that's all one color. Now you have the ones with a really good color distinction for every 5 yards.
Yeah. Yep. And
those are the preferred.
This is there, and it looks nice.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We're going to line back up. 3 seconds left. 43-yard field goal attempt. It'll be Zayas lining up for Bountiful. Good snap. Kick on the way. And it is no good. We will be heading to overtime in Brigham City.
Yeah, just never had a chance. That kick did not get up high enough off the ground. Really, we talked about it on third down. Dak Sumko, potentially a game-saving tackle that made that field goal, 43, 44-yard field goal that just it never had a chance.
I never had a shot on that. So it'll be overtime coming up in Box Elder. We'll have all the updates on that one for you, as all of our games are either coming out of timeouts or coming out of everything else, as we might just come in the studio, as I think Snow Canyon is getting close to score, as they're trailing by 10. Yeah, but we'll figure this one out. So let's take it. I'm trying to decide where we're going to go. All right, let's go to Payson. And join Alex and Ty.
Just in order to be where they are today. Mind you, we were tied going into the first part of the second half, and now nothing has changed for Payson, and 2 scores have already been applied to this new score for Timpview.
Yeah, and you also consider the fact Payson had the ball and the momentum to begin the second half, tie, and they promptly turned it over. A Robbie Parsons pick, sudden change, short field. They were able to go down and score, were the Timberwolves. And now here we are, Timpanogos up 2 scores with still a lot of time left. But you have to feel, though, Ty, any hope of getting the momentum pendulum swung back in the Lions' favor, it has to start right now.
I heavily agree. Look, Easton Brensing is kicking within the territory.
Yeah, I was about to say
put it through the uprights.
I was about to say he might want to. Well, he's going to try to squib it, and it will go across the goal line. So that by rule is a touchback. So Payson comes out here. There are 3 drives here in the second half there are only 2 drives here in the third quarter, Ty, have been interception leading to the touchdown. And then
So we're going to go just up the road, Provo and Spanish Fork. Spanish Fork came back to take the lead, Jeff. This was a comfortable lead for Provo. The Spanish Fork offense got going.
Yeah, to the point that we had moved on from this game, and yet here we are, the Dons with the lead late in the fourth quarter, not the first quarter.
Got to tell Kenzie did a great job letting us know. That's why she keeps up on the scoreboard. So let's send it into this one. Spanish Fork TV with the broadcast. 22-21, Dons lead the Bulldogs. It's Provo football at their own 20.
Crowd getting loud here at Don Stadium. Aston back to throw with some time.
A hold.
Going down deep, has Ducher there. It's bobbled and he holds it in. Inside the 40, no penalty flag thrown there on the hold. And so Provo in business now at the Spanish Fork 31.
Yeah, it was a pretty big hold there on Provo, but if they don't call it, it didn't happen. So Spanish Fork's gotta get their composure here.
Minute 9, 2 timeouts for Provo. Spanish Fork with 1. 4 wide receivers for the Bulldogs. Back to throw. Aston steps up. Now just gets rid of it. It goes incomplete, and the Dons again bring pressure.
And it looked like Larson was in the area, number 10 of that, so it's not intentional grounding, but...
Second down and 10. We've had one game this year, Chris, come down to a field goal. That Maple Mountain Spanish Fork game. Now Provo.
This would be about a 50-yarder.
And you probably really want to get to about the 15, I would think. 15 to 20 maybe for a good shot. 4 wide receivers back to throw. They give it to Lesa up the middle. He's got a hole. He's at the 20. Tries to bounce it outside 15. Down to the 5. Stretching. Is he in? They're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line with 54 seconds left.
Oh, now Now it becomes a question, does Provo take a few knees and run the clock out and kick a field goal to win it, or do they try and get in the end zone? But great play by Lessa as he's been the workhorse for Provo tonight, and he's gotten another big tackle. Another big run.
It was just a halfback, just a draw play, really, and they waited to the very last minute to hand it off, and Spanish Fork had guys going back into pass coverage.
And they're going to nil it.
Here it is, the give to Lace, I believe, and he's in. Touchdown, Provo. The Bulldogs regain the lead with 51 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. It's now a 5-point game. Provo keeping the offense on the field. Looks like they're going to go for 2.
Well, it looked like they were almost lining up in a victory formation. Lessa was so far back in that 1-yard run there for Provo, but Provo...
And we have a timeout called by Provo. They'll have one left here with 51 seconds to go in this one right here. Next Friday night we'll be at Maple Mountain for a 7 p.m. kickoff. The Timpview Thunderbirds are in town to take on the Golden Eagles, and that should be another fun one there. Another big RPI game for both those schools, but especially for Maple Mountain.
We'll come back for the play here. Well, we'll show you this giant for Spanish Fork is Lessa, man. He looks like Hemehe Muli Sr.
Oh, he is big. Every time he touches the ball, it is physical run.
As we're going to take you into Harriman and Mountain Ridge in the Kennecott Copper Bowl. As that ball falls incomplete for Ta'ai. And that might have been it. Was that a 4th down play? The way Mountain Ridge is celebrating. I'm sorry, I didn't know the situation. We didn't see the down marker. So it looks like Mountain Ridge is going to take this one, 33-24.
I mean, we shouldn't be surprised, but I kind of am. Mountain Ridge offensively just really impressed me tonight.
As we're going to send you into overtime. Box Elder did not score on their drive, and Bountiful does, and Bountiful is going to get the win. They were up 21-7, went down 28-21, forced overtime, and win 34-28.
That was a big test for Box Elder and an impressive win for Bountiful to go up on the road from Bountiful up to Brigham City to fight through that adversity and then get this win in overtime. That's a huge win for the Bountiful program.
Yeah, unbeaten Box Elder team goes down.
Yeah, really tough Box Elder team. And credit to the Bees, the way they fought back. But Bountiful ultimately just too much.
All right, we got timeout coming up. As we got games getting deep in the fourth quarter, some ending. We'll get you all the information and back out there as well. When we come back, Kenzie will also have a scoreboard update. But again, it's Bountiful going up to Box Elder, getting the win 34-28. We'll come back and wrap up games. Jeff and I will go through the scoreboard as well. You are watching, listening to KSL Sports Rewind's Friday Night Red Zone on 97.5 and 1280 DKSL Sports Zone.
What's up, everybody?
And hope for the best for Orion Greco. Orion Greco being helped up off the field. Not with much assistance, so he looks like he's okay. As we're back here for the final 11 seconds here of the third quarter. Timpanogos leading Payson 35-21. Actually, there are 37 seconds left. We're going to let, if they're going to let it go, and they are going to let it go to the end of the third quarter. What a quarter it was for the Timpanogos Timberwolves. The sudden change, the score, and they've kept the momentum in their favor. We haven't seen the end of the fireworks tonight, folks. Don't go anywhere. Final 12 minutes when we return. Well, folks, buckle up. We haven't seen the end of the fireworks here tonight at Payson High School. 35-21, our score. Alexander Timmel alongside my broadcast partner, Ty Wilkinson. Remember that at the end of tonight's game, Ty and I will be selecting our choice for the Heidemann & Associates Player of the Game, the full-service law firm committed to winning for you, the client. Call them today at 801-754-4240 today, or call them at 801-472-7742 to schedule your free consultation with them, courtesy of the Rewind Sports Network. And we have a flag. Think I know what this is. Philly Afu called for the false start, the left guard. Start the fourth quarter here on this Friday night. From the 27-yard line, this is second down and a mile. As Riggs throws.
Welcome back to KSL Sports Rewind Red Zone. I'm Kenzie Valentine giving my last scoreboard update of the night, starting with PG at AF. AF is now up 28-10. There's 10 minutes left in the game for that one. And Maple Mountain at Springville. Springville is up 31-16 with 4 minutes left in that game. Now let's take a look at Snow Canyon at Desert Hills.
Referee in the back half is, there he is. He puts his hand up. Okay. He needs to be counting before they start snapping that ball.
Tight Mason again, and this Snow Canyon defensive front seven looks like they are getting worn down a little bit at this point in the fourth quarter.
Another timeout by Snow Canyon.
Got to be tired. They've just run 7-8 leads off tackles, draws right up the middle, right at them, and they've been chasing and getting pounded on by offensive linemen. This is it's about to strike midnight on the Warriors.
All right, Coach, great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Go enjoy the rest of your homecoming night. And
yeah, that's awesome.
Always good to have you stop by the booth.
Yeah, it's good to see Desert Hills win another homecoming game.
Yeah.
Right? Against a good crosstown rival. So
there you go. Coach Carl Frankie, everybody.
All right,
Gracious enough to stop by and hang out with us for almost a full quarter of football. We'll keep it right here for just a second. Gives us a chance to thank some more of our great partners. Remember, we need 1 point, guys, to get our Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert in this game, but Crimson scored 62 tonight, so any of the
huge drive here for the Lions. A lot of time to go, 2-score game. Edwards from the gun, look short, that's complete. Sitting in the zone, making the catch, breaking tackles, and getting roughed up out of bounds there was Porter Beckstead. Marley Yosefo, MJ's brother, got over there to escort him out, but not before he picked up a first down.
Well, this game is still far from over. Payson always gets to this point right here, though. They get to midfield, and it feels like their territory just can't evade it anymore.
Edwards, pressure breaks down, now throws, and just throws it away in the direction of Porter Beckstead. As we said, Payson's 3 second-half drives tied. Turnover on downs, 2 turnovers on downs, and a punt, plus an interception. So that's 4 drives, actually, I stand corrected. This Timpanogah's defense has just been lights out here in the second half. Edwards, protection is good. To his left, now just heaves it wide open as Beckstead, and he cannot make the catch. And he took a shot from Tyler Hunter at the end of the play, and I mean he took a lick. And looked like he got the wind seriously knocked out of him on that play.
I mentioned it early on. You were going to see Snow Canyon have a couple guys go both ways. Tag Goobler, 56. He's just right now, you can see him hand on his knees, and he's trying to push back, but
Tight Mason breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, cuts back, and there's the exclamation exclamation point with 44 seconds. Not one, not two, not three. That is 4 Titan Mason touchdowns on the night and 3 on the ground.
Yeah, and like I was just about to finish saying, they're having their way. Desert Hills offensive line.
So Titan Mason gets in for his 4th touchdown of the night. There is a flag on the play. I don't know if you got a holding penalty as the umpire got ran over. So Robert Gallery may have gotten caught on that one. So we'll see what happens there. But Desert Hills right now has a commanding lead. Bring us in here, Dusty Litster and Jeff Hansen with you. I hope you've enjoyed us tonight. We know we got big football night here in the state of Utah. The Utes up at Oregon State, BYU with their first Big 12 home game.
Yeah.
So hope you've been able to enjoy some high school football with us as well. But we'll go through the scoreboard as our games are wrapping up. We'll have that Payson and Timpanogos game probably up with us for a little bit. But let's go through the scoreboard as games wrapping up. Alta, I don't know what to think of this Alta Hawk team. Every time I think I understand what they're going to do, Alta surprises me. They get a 24-10 win against Brighton. Now, no Jack Johnson, and there were moments where like Brighton was going to take control of this game, but the Alta defense, a number of turnovers tonight.
Well, they did what they should have done against a backup quarterback, right? I mean, they let Morzalewski, he got loose in the first half, had his way a couple of times early in the first quarter, but Alta responded. They made the adjustments, and they played really, really well down the stretch.
They certainly did. Again, final score 24-10. How about this one? My favorite name game we've done thus far, the Kennecott Copper Bowl. The Mountain Ridge and Harriman, only 4 miles apart between these two schools, and Mountain Ridge wins this one 30-24. Legend Glasker.
Yeah.
Multiple touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he lived up to his name tonight. He was all over the place. Harriman's defense, Harriman's secondary had no answer for Legend Glasker.
Legend was absolutely outstanding. And Tai, again, had another good night from a throwing the football perspective, but just couldn't quite keep up. West all over Highland, 36-15. Highland did score some points there in the fourth quarter, but West continues to roll right along in 5A.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we expected West to do. They scuffled out of the gates a little bit, but here they are as the season's winding down to crunch time, and they look, Sue looks comfortable at quarterback, and that defense is rolling.
And, of course, number 12 got in the end zone, Taimani Brown. How about American Fork? PG took the lead 10-7.
Yeah.
From that point, it has been a 21-point unanswered game as American Fork currently leading PG 28-10. Good bounce back here for Coach Aaron Beam's Cavemen.
And a good bounce back game for Dylan Story at quarterback, and it looked a little bit shaky there in the first quarter. I mean, remember, Story struggled last week against Lone Peak, turned the ball over a lot, and he got off to a slow start in this game, and you kind of wondered, oh no, is it falling apart? Showed resolve, kept it together, and showed resolve, rather. It's not a past tense word. Showed resolve, kept it together, and really put together a nice second half, and ultimately has the Caveman in position to win.
The Game Night Live game of the week, Skyridge and Lone Peak. Beginning, the Lone Peak defense looked like it was able to do some stuff, but then it came down quickly.
Yeah.
As it was Burke really early for Skyridge, and then it was Call as Jackson Stevens, probably the biggest game he's played in his high school career.
Yeah.
As far as crowd and everything else, he wins the Timpanogos Highway game 41-7 is our current score.
Yeah, and he looked really, really good. The Skyridge offensive line held up really well against that Lone Peak pass rush and really allowed Jackson Stevens to sit in the pocket. He moved well in the pocket and found his receivers. He played really, really well. Maybe the most impressive game that I've seen from Jackson Stevens so far this year.
I agree with you. It was the first really big test for this Skyridge team that's been rolling right through their schedule. Last report at Springville 31, Maple Mountain 23. Maybe I'm going to hang in here, but I'm guessing Valetti has multiple touchdowns, as that's yet to be reported on the stats.
Well, I mean, you just sort of can count on that, right? Valetti is going to get into the end zone. Really good bounce back. Springville struggled early in that game.
They did, and it was a good comeback there from Mountain Ridge, or probably Maple Mountain. We have so many mountain schools.
So many.
But Maple Mountain able to kind of make this one closer. It was 14-13 for a long portion of this game, able to come back. As Tavita Valetti, Banks Jackson had a touchdown inside of 2 minutes left to make it a one-score game. Tavita Valetti, from my count here, has 2 rushing touchdowns. Lisiade Valetti had 2 touchdowns as well to pace the way for Springville. again, we saw it here. In overtime, Bountiful knocks off Box Elder from the ranks of the unbeaten, 34-28 in OT.
Yeah, I mean, really, really big performance. Another one we haven't talked about yet tonight, Brandon Matich Skyline goes to East, and East bounces back after that tough loss, controversial loss a week ago. They get the best of the Eagles, 37-0.
Orem gets a bounce back after the Maple Mountain loss last week, 24-13 against Cedar Valley. The Cedar Valley team has never quite been able to get off the ground there for the Aviators. Air traffic control hasn't quite told them to get going yet.
That's right.
Had a high expectations for what we might see from them, but just not quite been there. Cole Engelman got things done. Folletti Iongi had a 78-yard touchdown run. Champ Buffet, I don't know if it's Buffett, but Champ Buffet from Luke Esperson had a late touchdown there for the Aviators. I just want to throw in the name. But impressive win there for Orem.
Timpview, they just kept rolling. That's what they do. Keelan and Kasungas look comfortable in this offense the last few weeks. It doesn't show as a final score yet, but I think it is 37-7 over Wasatch.
Well, interesting one early. Kearns and Hunter. At one point, I saw the score came in. It was Hunter leading 14-7. That must have been misreported, as it was Kearns running all over Hunter, 36-7. The win for the Kearns Cougars, as it was Teki Finau who kind of put things together. Had a 33-yard touchdown run, a 49-yard touchdown run, and a 1-yard plunge as well, pacing the way for the Kearns Cougars.
Juffy Bowl update. You get the win tonight. Bonneville takes down Clearfield 41-3, while Carbon, they kept it close in the second half.
Oh, yeah?
38-10.
Hey.
So they lost, but you won.
We got the double digits.
That's a celebratory event right there.
Clap for old Carbon. Man, that just breaks my heart.
It feels hollow to sing that song today.
It just hurts. One game we've got up and still going is tied. Cedar City at Dixie, 28-all in the fourth quarter. So an interesting one down there in the St. George region. You mentioned this one, Crimson Cliffs just boat raced Hurricane. But that's kind of to be expected the way that Crimson Cliffs is playing.
Now, Steele Barbett has been phenomenal for Crimson Cliffs, and he continued what he's done all year tonight. Game we haven't talked about at all, Lehigh goes to Westlake, and Lehigh gets the best of the Thunder, 31-6. They just quietly bounce back and get back on track.
Well, if second halves would have looked like the first half, this game would have been a little bit closer. But Mountain Crest gets a 38-27 win against Bear River. Bear River put up 21 points in the second half, but not enough as Thatcher Phelps and crew go to Bear River, go to Garland and get the win, 38-27. Mountain Crest goes to 4-3 on the season.
Then they battle for Smithfield, and Green Canyon's technically North Logan, but it's right on the border.
Yeah.
Green Canyon, they travel just north up to Skyview. The Bobcats get the best of the Wolves, 21-7.
You're seeing on our screen right now is I kind of threw that out, see if Vince will get it, and there it is, 31-28 late in the game there for the Dixie Flyers, looking to put this one away against Cedar City. Provo, we saw this one here, late touchdown from Lessa. Spanish Fork took the lead 22-21 after trailing almost the entire game. Scored 12 points in the fourth quarter, take the lead, and then it was Lessa. Tagi Lessa has been an absolute menace this season. He had 2 rushing touchdowns and a 24-yard. We showed it here on the screen.
Yeah.
For a touchdown as well.
And it's hard to even call that one a touchdown run. He broke so many tackles. I don't know what you call that, a 24-yard touchdown jailbreak. It was impressive by Lessa on that one. Davis did what they needed to do against Layton to continue the build-up for our appearance in a couple of weeks. They got the best of Layton, 31-21.
Hey, here's a score that doesn't happen a whole lot. Ben Lomond, the Fighting Scots, 23-10, the win over Union. Congratulations to Ben Lomond, improved to 3-4 on the year. And one more score there from the Ogden area. This game going to overtime. Ogden and Juan Diego tied at 21, heading to OT.
Wow, that's huge for Ogden's program. You wouldn't expect. I mean, Juan Diego isn't what they were a few years ago, but Ogden is still Ogden, and they've had a great season so far this year. It's been fun to see. The Tigers play well against Juan Diego.
In the battle of the unbeatens, It was my old region foe, Richfield, just absolutely all over Manti. Manti didn't score till late in the fourth quarter as Mason Starkweather had a 5-yard touchdown run. This was all Richfield. Gage Yardley from Reggie Hafen twice. Reggie Hafen ran in for 2 more, 28-7. The Wildcats clawed and beat up the Templars.
Yeah, apologies, Richfield. We built up the Manti offense. We built up Reggie Frischneck, said, hey, how are they going to slow this down? Wow, they answered that question in a very big way. That's a huge win for Richfield.
Certainly. And speaking of bounce backs we had earlier, how about Canyon View? Lost last week to Manti. Bounce back this week against Juab. Take them down 40-24, running east and west as their field is set up down there in Cedar City. Jackson Jensen was the man tonight. Had a 4-yard run, threw 2 touchdown passes, and 96-yard touchdown to Bubba Ludlow.
Wow.
He threw another 14-yarder to Bubba and then ran in one from 2 yards out as Canyon View bounces back 40-24, the win over Juab.
Wow. Another Cache Valley game. Ridgeline. I love this Ridgeline program. They've got so much talent up there all over Logan, 52-14.
We keep mentioning these kids and the fighting Bryson Barnes, the Milfordman from Milford. Oh, as we have the touchdown there from Payson, making it a 1-score game with 6.5 left. Can the Timpanogos offense eat up the clock enough to close this game out?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big question. They've had big playability, but I don't know that we've seen 4-minute type offense from Timpanogos.
They're going to have to slow down a little bit. But Milford goes into Delta, the stinkiest field in the state. I can tell you from personal experience, 26-20. Milford improves to 4-4 on the year, knocks Delta down to 5-3. That's a tough place to win. I'm telling you right now, I went 0-2 there. And the last one was a really painful one, too.
Yeah,
it was
I'm
a big
sorry.
one.
I'm sorry we had to bring that up.
I'm sorry, I went 0-1. 0-1. What am I saying? 0-1. Because we were every other year.
But it felt like 0-2, so I think I would prefer keeping it 0-2.
Now, I did have a game-winning touchdown catch in a game that didn't matter. It was a JV game, but it was awesome.
For those of you on the radio, awesome. Dusty's got a big smile on his face.
Just good memories.
Man, I wish that I could have been there with high school Dusty.
Yeah, it's sophomore Dusty. It was awesome. Got a new nickname. How about this one? Layton Christian has been struggling this year. They go to Providence Hall and just laid it on them. Dane got me on this one. I wanted to go Providence Hall because of the Patriots stuff. But, Layton improves to 3-4, a 49-7 win over the then 6-1, now 6-2 Providence Hall Patriots.
It's a big win for LCA. They have struggled this year. They lost a lot of talent from their state championship team a year ago. That's a big-time win.
So congratulations for the bounce back there for Layton Christian. Let's go through a couple more scores, and we're going to go out to Payson. Emory was all over South Sevier. Congratulations to the Stilson family out there in Emory County. Now, big game in 1A was Enterprise at Kanab. Enterprise all over the Cowboys in Little Hollywood, 32-7. Duchesne knocks off Millard, 36-19. I know it's Duchesne.
I'll never not chuckle, though, at Duchesne every time.
Spend enough time around him, this is what comes out. So let's get ready to go back out to Payson, as Timpanogos should be coming back to get the football there. Let's go down to Payson High School, see if Timpanogos can put this game away.
Cade Edwards with head coach Brian Wall desperate for a spark. He gets it. And the Payson Lions are now down by 7 with still a long way to go as Logan Russell's kickoff will be taken by Matt Hall at the goal line, but it will be ruled dead and a touchback. Well, Ty, this stadium feels a lot different than it did about maybe 5 minutes ago. Now this crowd you're about to hear really get into it, these final 6:36.
It was interesting. We kept talking about they finally breached that force field that felt like was holding them back from getting across into Timpanogos territory. And once they got across, they adapted. And honestly, do you think it was the quarterback change?
Maybe. Chase Riggs to work. 6:35 left to go. He hands it off to Bretzing. Right side. Puts his head down. He'll pick up about maybe 5. Brought down there by Ivans et al. On the play. Timpanogos has 2 timeouts remaining. Payson still has 3. You do wonder when Coach Brian Wall is going to think about taking a timeout to try and stop the clock. And Riggs just going to let that play clock drain to oblivion. Riggs, Bretzing, left side. And he'll pick up about maybe 4. It'll be third down. And what's going to feel like the longest yard here for this Timpanogos offense tonight. And this Payson defense, you're about to hear a lot of noise here on this third down, Ty.
I would agree. This is going to be really interesting just because of the time. More playing an aspect than anything. It seems like Timpanogos wants the time in their favor. And they want to use up as much of it as they can while they are in control of the possession.
From the pistol, Riggs, Bretzing, got it, and then some! Easton Bretzing! Finally brought down at the 25-yard line. Nielsen saved the touchdown. And now there are not 1, not 2, but 3 flags that go down after the play. Wow! What a call by offensive coordinator Dev McCann on that 3rd and 1, trusting his offensive line. The Afu brothers, Orion Goreka. If you talk about a season-defining play, Ty Wilkinson, for the Timpanogos Timberwolves, that could be it.
I think so, very well, but I don't know how the penalties will negate it or make positivity to it.
That's true.
Depends on which team you're on and what circumstances you're in.
It is a 54-yard gain if it stands. Here's Brandon Riley. After all that, Timpanogos still has that 54-yard gain. That may be the play of the night. Chase Riggs just looking over to the officials. Clock will start running now. And they will take their time as they please. And now you got to start thinking about, at least if you're Payson, whether or not to start burning those timeouts. Pistol formation. Hand off to Robinson. And he gets hit immediately at the line of scrimmage there by Colby Olson, number 25. His name is not called a lot tonight, but we have called him
we can go out
on defense. Implicitly so, as this next snap will take us under 4 minutes to go, Ty. You got to wonder now whether Payson is going to start burning their timeouts here in the next 60 seconds.
I would assume so. How many do they have left?
They have 3.
Okay. So clock management, I think once you get possession of the ball back, then you have to start using your timeouts. But that's another risk that you can take because, well...
Right, because they might go for it.
Yep.
You would assume we're going to see a timeout after this snap. It's Bretzing right side. And he gets brought down. Great tackle by Beckstead. And not quite yet. They're going to let it go. They're going to let it run. 3rd down. Then this clock is going to be at or near 3 minutes the next time we snap the ball, barring a penalty. Remember, Payson has 3 timeouts. Timpanogos has 2. Biggest 3rd down of the night. Riggs. Bretzing, left side. Just trying to stay in bounds, keep that clock moving. And he'll get brought down. And it will be 4th down and 8. And what does Austin Heaps do here? Do you keep the offense on the field? Or do you potentially or do you kick the field goal? Or do you potentially go for it to end the game, Ty Wilkinson? And what a call that would be if Timpanogos goes for it here.
Honestly, look, I don't know to think in the perspective of a coach here, because kick the field goal, you're up by 3 scores.
You're by 10 points, and this game is pretty much pow.
Sorry, by 2 scores, I should say. I forgot that Timpanogos came back. Or sorry that Payson came back. But
well, Austin Heaps gonna take a timeout, try to build the drama. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left in regulation time.
Well, folks, we were hoping to have that game all the way down to the end. Timpanogos well in hand there. They should be able to kick a field goal. If you want to watch that game in its entirety, you can go to the KSL Plus app, scroll right to it, click on it, or go on KSLSports.com. But, Jeff, your final thoughts? We're wrapping up about 30-ish seconds before we go out.
Yeah, I mean, Skyridge and American Fork, they're bounced back, but Skyridge looked really good against a tough Lone Peak team. Firmly number 2 team in the state.
Yeah, they emphatically the number 2 team.
Emphatically number 2.
But congratulations to Skyridge. That was a huge win tonight. But not only that, Bountiful coming back after giving up the lead. I mean, we had a lot of fun tonight. Again, week 9, we'll be right back here. Jeff and I will be here. We'll be a little less tense. I don't think there'll be a game going on in the middle of Friday night. Kenzie will be a little smiley too. Actually, happy birthday to Kenzie. Her birthday's next week. Not going to be here next week, so maybe our ratings will go down just a touch. All right, we'll be back on Friday night. Thank you for spending time with us on KSL Sports Rewind's Friday Night Redzone.